Y'all get me right. Okay, here we go. We're going to go over what grants are. We're also going to go over, the grant writing process, what needs to be in your grant. We're going to also go over business certifications. If you follow me on the gram, you've heard me talk about the different certifications that you can get for your business as a women-owned business, as a minority-owned business, so that you guys can get higher qualifications in grants, get on the top of the list. And then, of course, we're going to go over like the grant database. I'm going to give you guys my login at the end of this. You can actually log into my personal database, and you can see it's called grantwatch.com. You can see the grants and filter out for yourself which grants you guys can look up and find specifically for you. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A. I'm looking at the chat consistently. So if I see something pop up, I'm definitely in tune with you guys. So don't feel afraid if you're like, hold on, moving too quick or, whatever. I don't have a time limit on when we need to be here. So it is being recorded. If you need to pull out, come back, whatever you got to do, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you guys. So if you don't already know me, of course, I'm Stormy Banks. A lot of you guys found me on Instagram, probably through Reels, through your friend, through a post, through whatever it might be, but I am Stormi Banks. I am a business funding specialist. I did 10 years as a hairstylist. That's when I started my first company. It's a mobile hair company that I still have today and is very profitable here in New York. And I also have lemonade stand that we do seasonally. And then, I do B&B, ATM machines, all kind of stuff, but this is really my passion. Because I think it's really important that we make sure we're giving out this kind of game to the community, because I want to see all you guys do really well. 2022, I want to see like you guys hitting the numbers that you want to hit for your goals. I want to see you guys winning grants, getting business funding. Like, this is really important stuff to me. So if you don't know, my DMs are always open. Any success that you have, definitely let me know so I can be excited with you. I have people that have called me and be like, Stormi, I just got funded. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, girl, whoa, when, how much? So, I'm definitely like your homegirl vibes. Do not feel afraid to reach out to me. I'm always available for sure. And then, of course, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know, but my girl Kiera is in the room tonight, you guys. This is an SBA contracted business. She is so dope. I've worked with her so many times. She's low-key a mentor. I've never told her that, but she's really low-key a mentor for me when it comes to like grants. She's so dope. Her and her company have won over, like I told you guys, $2.5 million in grants. And she's just honestly a great contact, great resource to have. She's just a homegirl vibe. So definitely shout out to her. Kiera, where you at? Do I gotta unmute?
Oh, I'm right here. I'm here. I'm ready to drop some knowledge, give y'all some gems, and have a good time. But before I proceed, y'all, we need to give our girl Stormi her flowers, because she has been killing it on Instagram with providing, even giving me knowledge on business funding, because some things I didn't know. So we appreciate you, Stormi, for putting this together for us.
Thank you. You know, you're my girl. You're my girl for life.
Yes, girl.
Okay, cool. So she's definitely going to be tapping in. Kiera, feel free to tap in whenever you need it. I'm definitely going to give her own separate time to speak to you guys as well, but I'm just going to kind of go through the PowerPoint. If you have anything to add on to what I already say, definitely tap in. We want your advice throughout the whole time. So, okay, starting with the grant overview, right? This is kind of the basics of what a grant really is. You can get a grant locally, federally, statewide grants. And this is basically something that those people give you. You can either have a nonprofit business or a for-profit business, a startup company, a company who's been a business that's been around for years. There's grants for literally everybody. You just got to know where to search, which we're going to teach you how to do that. So this is this is assistance that's given to a person or a business from federal, state, county, local, corporate. So it's like they're everywhere, and it definitely is out there for you guys. So I know a lot of people feel discouraged a lot about grants because they feel like it's just so many people always going out for grants. And granted, it is, but if you know how to write it and you know which ones to apply for that are good for your business, anybody can win a grant. And that's true tea. That's just true tea. So a few things that you could possibly need, not all grants are going to have the same requirements, right? Some grants are going to ask for a few things, and some grants will have more requirements, like recording a video of yourself talking about your business. Some will be as simple as just write your grant proposal, apply online. It all depends. Some will want you to make an Instagram post and hashtag them. So it really just depends on the grant for what they're going to have in their application. But these are some things that you could already have prepared so that you will have it when you're going out for these different grants. They're going to want to know your time in business. So I'm sure all of you know that. If you don't know that, you can look back on your LLC paperwork, and the date is on there from when you registered your LLC. That's when your date is officially started for your business. They're going to want to know your number of employees, monthly or annual revenues. They're also going to know, how the funds will be used from the grant. So we'll talk about how to write a cover letter and an executive summary in this class as well. And those things will kind of detail how you'll use the funding. They're also going to want to know your mission's business statement. I don't know if you guys have a mission statement for your business yet, but this is imperative. This is honestly imperative, not just for grants, not just for business funding, but for you. It keeps you on track for what your business will and will not do. Just like you as a human being have morals, you need to make sure you know your business's morals, so that you know how to grow your business in the future. Also, you don't want to be going for grants that aren't for your business or don't align with your business morals. This is why the mission statement is obviously really important. That's why I capitalized it, because you guys could do this like today now. Also, like your EIN number, simple business things, your EIN number. A lot of grants, I have seen them look up people's social medias, Facebooks, like their business Facebook, business email, personal even too. So if your page is private, like on Instagram, you might want to clean it up and make it public so that it looks like you're a real CEO doing real business. And then also, like, if you don't have a photo, like a headshot of yourself, like sometimes I do ask for, a photo of yourself. So just, creating a good headshot, and that you don't have to even pay for that. You could just get your iPhone on a white background and do your hair and makeup, just get you a ring light and just take a photo, just so it's like something clean and not you selfieing in the mirror with the dirty mirror look. Let's keep it cute. Let's keep it cute. And then also, of course, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm very big on creating that business plan. That business plan, it just helps you stay focused throughout your whole process in business. And it's really important to have. Kiera, do you have anything to add into this section?
Actually, this is the key, you guys. All of my clients that I work with, I always ask them, do they have a business plan? The reason I ask that is because typically your business plan is already your grant proposal. Boom, y'all, that is the key to grant writing. If you already have a business plan, I always tell people your grant proposal is just your business plan stretched out.
That's key, because I know in the business plan, one of the things that you create is the executive summary. And a lot of times the executive summary, like you said, Kiera, can like condense everything that you're saying in your business plan.
It does.
Go ahead, Kiera.
Oh yeah. So pretty much if you have a already built together business plan that's good to go, you already have your grant proposal. You may just have to pull out a few things because some grants ask for specific things. So you may have to plug in some other stuff. But y'all, if you have that business plan and you're ready to go, business plans that are ready to take to any financial institution for funding, you are good to go.
Facts. I definitely, if you don't have a business plan, I have worked with a couple of companies that I've, looked over. I haven't done them personally. I wrote my own because I know my business better than anybody. And with a little bit of time, if you just sit down and really do it over the course of a few days, come back to it and keep it moving, I feel like you could definitely do it. But if you are a type of person who you're already like so busy, time is just not, something that you have, a good business that I know is Target Funding. They do business plans. I think one of my clients paid $199 for her business plan. It came with her market research. It came with her executive summary, her cover letter. It came with her projections for her business. It came with her financial sheet. I read over it. It's a really, really good business plan. And then the other one I know is Business Wise Plan. They're also really, really good. And they're also a net 30 company. So they'll report whatever you pay for your business plan to your business credit. So that's a huge, major key alert.
That's the Stormi.
The business wise plan?
Yes, business wise plan, where I send my clients to all the time, because it does report that business credit.
Absolutely. So that's definitely, a major hack. And if you guys know, it takes 3 trade lines. I'm not going to get on business credit because I will get on business credit, but it takes 3 trade lines, and then you can generate that score for Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. So that would already be one, and it would give you something that you really, really, really need in your business in order to do. I mean, you could take your business plan not only for grants, but for investors. It works really good for like micro investors in your neighborhood, or in your area, local angel investors. So having that business plan that's detailed, you could do a lot of things with that little packet of paper. You could be like, hello, I have a business. So definitely think about, getting that. What is the other one again? It's business wise plan and target funding. There you go. Okay. Thank you, Shakinta Bugs. You own it, girl.
I was about to say, I'm just going to add it to the
chat too. Okay. I think Shakinta did. She put it in there. So grant writing. This is the meat, right? A lot of people are nervous about writing grants because they don't know what to put in a grant. Or if you already, has anybody gone out for a grant? Put a 1 in the comments if you already have gone out for a grant. Let me see if anybody already has. A lot of people have already tried to go out for grants and they're like, Stormi, I don't know what to do because I've gone out for grants and I just have never heard anything back. They'll ghost you. They'll dead ghost. You won't hear nothing back from these folks. So it's disappointing, to say the least, to like go out for it, think you have something good, and then it just doesn't work. And a lot of that is because you just didn't know what to put in that letter. See, Renee, yep. People have gone out. Did you win it, Renee? Did you win it, or did you not hear anything back? They ghost you, sis. So the main things that you want to put, right? This is what will pretty much make it up. You really want to have that cover letter, and you really want to have that executive summary. And like Kiara was saying, it's basically going to be your business plan condensed. And then we'll add a few little things just for each grant. I kind of switch it up a little bit in order to really make sure that I'm, adhering to them, their rules, and making sure that they understand that I'm trying to get they funding. You know what I'm saying? I don't make it too generalized. I try to make it very specific to the company that I'm going out for. But that's kind of how I write mine. And you guys will get a copy of the cover letter, and a template of a cover letter and a template of an executive summary with this replay, so that you know how to structure your grant writing. But I'm going to go over kind of what needs to be in it. And then I'll kind of go over, later, everything else that I'll talk about. Y'all see. So also the statement of need is really important to put. This should be like the first line. This is what I always do. I put the first line be the statement of need, in a sense of like, let me see if I can give you guys some examples off the top of my head. Let's say that who's comfortable talking about their business? What do you got? What kind of business are you guys in? Put it in the comments so I can like be specific to somebody's business. Trucking. Okay, so let's say that you have a trucking company, right? And your mission statement for your company is that we want to offer trucking so that we can bring urban communities product at a easier rate or a lower rate, or we want to deliver cars to, people in our community at a lower affordable price, right? So if that's you guys' mission statement for your business, then your statement of need will be like, we need funding in order to bring lower income communities deliveries, big freight deliveries at a quicker price, at a quicker rate, and at a more affordable price. Like that's your statement of need. And then you would add in a reason why you guys need to do that. So you would add in like from an article or some kind of market research by saying like, in the Forbes article, we read that inner communities have less highways and railroad ways to get any kind of freight packages or whatever the case may be, so that you can really nail it down to what you need, why you need it, and who it will serve. Does that make sense?
Stormi, that was great. That why is basically, you guys, it's your statistics in your area, in your area of reach. It's all about statistics. Pull those numbers, pull that data. That's what your why is. That's following after your sentence, your statement of need.
I see a hand raised. Angela, go ahead, Angela. Did you try to raise your hand or no? Oh, okay. No problem. Your hand is raised, honey. And then another little trick that I put in mind is the link to the funder. The link to the funder is a really big thing, right? So you guys, when you find, I'll show you, let me show you now. I'll show you what I do for my grant process, right? Hold on one second. I'm going to show you how I kind of keep my grants organized a little bit, just so you can kind of understand a little bit more. So I'll create a spreadsheet like such, right? So these are the current grants that I'm writing for. And these are their deadlines in this area. This is how much they're for, and this is the topic of what they're for. So while I'm looking to go out for these grants, I'll go to these websites, the website of whoever's doing it. I'll see what their mission statement is. It should be on your website what your mission statement is. You'll find this on the website. And you can literally see what they do, what they fund, and you can see past people who have won grants for them. This is going to be pivotal for you to kind of get ahead. You are going to put those keywords into you can take a screenshot of this. I mean, these are grants. You'll get the database, so you'll have all these anyway, but you know, you're going to get in the on the website keywords that they use. So if they use words like, we want to help urban communities, you put that in your statement. We help urban communities. If they want to say stuff like, we want to help minority owned women, you say, I'm a minority owned woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally, whatever they say, that's what you say. Whatever you need, that's what I got. That's what I am. Okay. Hello, minority owned woman. That's me. So that's what I do. And that's literally on their website. That's nothing hard to find at all. It's on their website. You can look at other people that they funded, go to their website, see what they put on, you know, their website, and kind of, you're tailoring it to the funders' needs, the grantors' needs, so that you can win. Because I'm telling you guys, there's a stack this big of people who wrote something. Half of them didn't follow the rules, so they getting thrown out. A quarter of them, they didn't know what to write. So the rest of the quarter of people that actually gonna get a review and get it read by people. And you gotta remember, these grant writers, these ain't nobody special. These is everyday regular people like you and I who got this job to review grants for this company, and that's their job. They reading thousands of these things. So the more you can be compelling, the more you can follow the rules, and the more you can hit the targets. When they see target words, imagine skimming through something and you see, okay, urban, yep, okay, minority, okay, yep, funding this, 5K, okay, great. And then you put it in the yes pile, and then a group of y'all go over it later and figure out who wins. That's, you know what I'm saying? These are the targets. This is why you do a little bit extra than your competition, so you can really get ahead and really win. Kira, what do you think? What do you feel about it?
You're telling the truth. So I always tell all my clients, even though I apply them for multiple grants at a time, each grant proposal is tailored to whatever that company or that federal organization is looking for. And y'all, I use wordplay. You gotta finesse the words all day long. And I'll give you guys this tidbit because I am SBA contracted. That is what the SBA looks for. Like, they look, when they do these different grants or even loan opportunities that they have, they're looking for certain wording. Okay, minority owned. Okay, woman owned. Okay, they're looking for that. Half of the time they don't read everything else. They're looking for those tidbits to just pull out. Okay, and then next round, let's go. It's all about selling yourself. You're literally selling the idea of your company, the idea of what you're trying to do, the idea of what you're trying to achieve.
Facts, all facts. Okay, cool. Anybody got any questions at this point? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions. Let me know if we're going too fast. Is y'all getting it?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So the statement of need, you said one sentence. So you put the statement of need. So that why is included in that as well?
So your statement of need is basically, let's say that you're doing, I always have to give examples. Let's say that you're doing a marketing video, right? And you're gonna blast it all over TV. You have to get their attention in that first sentence. You know what I'm saying? So when you have to have a compelling first sentence to be like, we solve X, Y, and Z for these X, Y, and Z people, and this is why we should do whatever with you. after the research that you've done, if they're a company, if the grantor is the people who want to help, you know, young kids that are victim of abuse, then you need to say that in the first sentence. Our company does X, Y, and Z for children of abuse, and this is how we help the community. You got their attention. Statement, first sentence, they're like, they help them by doing this. And then if you add a little market research, you know, in such and such article, I read that 76% of kids in need are not getting attention, are becoming drug addicts, or going to jail. They're like, oh, we need this. This company needs to get funded, needs to get a grant so that they can help these people in need, these kids in need. So if you put that right at the top, already it's like, boom, you're capturing them.
Like a thesis statement.
Period.
Gotcha.
But I will say this, and
you have the idea. It's literally a thesis statement. Back when we were in school, we had to write papers, and you know, you had to create your thesis. That's all it is, y'all. I'm telling you, that's all it is. It's literally a thesis statement, a pitch.
I took enough English classes to know that.
Yeah. Okay. and I mean, you don't have to even if you haven't, and you because I never had to write no thesis statement. I don't remember writing. I remember hearing about it, but I didn't go to college to hear it, to have to actually write a paper. I wrote them in college, but you know, that's silly work. They ain't really for real with it. So when it comes to like really just think about what somebody could say to you, somebody walking down the street, because you're a random person to them. You're a random business they ain't never heard of. Imagine what somebody could say to you about your field to make you be like, what you talk about, Willis? And that's what's going to capture them and get them to be like, okay, let's read a little bit of the rest, see if they followed the rules, see if they stayed in the guidelines, and see if they hit the keywords that you're going to find in their bio on IG. And then they're going to be like, yes, pal. Okay, now we've narrowed it down. Out of 1,000, we have 100, and you in that 100, pal. You got a way bigger chance of getting that grant than you did before. Y'all with me? A compelling story about your business. Okay, there y'all go. Y'all got it. Y'all on point. I love it. That's why I love the people with pink print folks. Y'all be on point. All right, I'm just looking to see how everybody looking. Okay, cool. Let's keep moving. So another thing is goals and objectives, methods and strategies. All those things will be put into your executive summary as well. This is kind of just what you guys will solve, once again, reiterating it lower, like further down, but with a little bit more explanation of your goals and objectives, right? This is kind of more broadening the scheme of letting them know full body what you guys will do. You gave them the little taster, they took the sample, you know, they're on the hook, and now you're reeling them in and letting them know this is what we really do. This is what we're already doing. This is what we're capable of accomplishing. And that's going to be your goals, your methods, and your strategies. Okay. Make sure when you guys are writing this, we're not trying to make them think we're scholars of 10-year masterships and we all went to Harvard and we are so, you know what I'm saying? They don't need all that. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Use layman's terms. Express your story. Be real. Don't just be surface. Get deep with it. Like, this is for you too. This will help you understand your business on a whole different level by trying to make someone understand, you know, you who's a stranger. So express your story. Like, if, like, for me personally, I was a child of an addictive parent. I had a lot of different betrayal from friends and broke and homeless moments. I put that in my grant. I explain who I am and why I want to do the things I do. I don't sugarcoat anything. When I'm in my grant, I'm like, the reason why it's so important for me to get young entrepreneurs and first-time entrepreneurs business funding is because I was the first entrepreneur in my immediate family. I came from very humble beginnings. You know, I put that in my grant. Be real. Be real. When people are reading that, that helps them get to know you. That helps them be like, okay, like, this person is going to do the work. Like, they have a story, they have a why, they have a reason, they have a need, a desire. I see a hand raise. Go ahead, love.
Yes. How long do you suggest that the actual grant proposal be?
So I'm gonna send you guys the cover letter and the executive sheet. The cover letter is literally like 2 paragraphs. The executive summary is like 1 page.
Okay.
So it's not long. So you gotta, that's what she said, it's your business
So be
plan.
real specific.
You gotta get all this stuff in quick. They
Mhm.
not reading all your extra, read all about it.
Yes.
Get
Right.
to the meat. We not
Well,
putting
Okay.
a whole bunch of, this is not a thesis where you got to write 100,000 words in 5 pages. This is capture their attention and get them to want to fund you.
Okay.
So are you looking for federal funding, or what kind of funding are you looking for?
I was just asking in general, like how
Okay.
long should it?
Is it in your expertise, Kiera, is it different for federal funding? How much you need to write? Different.
Most definitely. Federal, I would say 5, 6 pages, 10 at the most. But that's because you put in your project timeline. They specify, like, if you have any projects coming up, project timeline, your project description, your goals and objectives. Sometimes they want to see a breakdown on what the, like, literally to the penny, what you're asking for, what it goes to. So that, like, includes a spreadsheet. So it's basically what you said, the cover letter, the executive summary, and then whatever the grant entails. Typically those come with, like, the organization history and description, background of the problem you plan to solve, I'm sorry. Because with federal contracted grants, they're looking to solve a problem. So they're trying to figure out exactly, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. They're trying to figure out exactly what plan are you planning to solve. Like, for instance, I'm going to pick on somebody real fast. I saw a trucking company in the chat. So let's say, for instance, trucking company. If you knew exactly what plan you were planning to solve with your trucking company, that would be like the background of your problem. Then you'll go to the project description. What does that project entail? What are you planning to do with that project? Are you planning to start new jobs? If so, who would the jobs be for? What are the qualifications of the job? It gets down to the nitty gritty. Then you get to the goals and objectives on, like, your timeline. Okay, within the next 2 to 3 years, we plan to hire, let's say 10 drivers who are part of a second chance program. Let's just throw that out there. And then after that will come the budget information. How much does it take to bring these 10 on in this amount of time? Or sometimes it could be just for you to purchase a new truck. How much money do you need for a new truck? Break that down to the penny. And then the project timeline. How much time do you actually need to obtain this? So yeah, it can get pretty lengthy depending on what they're asking federally.
Which grant? Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So we're going to also get into the difference between the different grants too, and the differences of what you might possibly need for those grants. Cause I think that's good, Kiera, of knowing which grant you're going out for and knowing what they will ask for specifically. Is anybody feeling overwhelmed? Is anybody starting to feel like this is not possible? I thought writing a grant was going to be easy. 1, 2, 3. I thought I was going to get me a grant tomorrow. And now I know I got to do some work. And I don't want to do no work for real. Does anybody feel like, this is starting to get overwhelming? How can, we make sure that you guys are getting it? Because I'll tell you, once you write the grant statement, you got it. You got it. Once you write it that one good time, you got it. So now you can, if you want to go back through and reiterate it or change it up or, just specify some things better and clearer, then you can do that. But once you got it, you got it. And you can go out for as many grants. There's no cap on how many you can go out for. As long as you find them and you hit their deadlines and, put everything through and you're in the processing and the application, you could go out for as many as you want. And she said, you see, Kiera said 2.5 million. There's no limit on how many you can go out for and how much grant money you can get. They do not say, oh, your business can only get $100,000 in grant funding. They don't say that. Each company will fund you, and if you win, you win, you win, period.
I see a question, Stormy.
Go ahead.
How long does it take for them to release the funds? So let's say you got a federal grant, you're awarded a federal grant, and they gave you the award amount. It takes 60 to 90 days for it to be within the account that you use to register for your stamps. Okay. Yeah. So it takes 60 to 90 days. Everything with your account has to be correct when you created your Sam's account, as far as checking number, routing number. It's so hard, y'all, to go back in once we got the award and then, I got to change the account or this and that is going on. Make sure before starting to apply for these federal grants that everything is good with your account, nothing is closed, or even if something does happen, make sure you get that taken care of before you are awarded the money.
You talking about your bank account, your business bank account.
Business bank account. Business bank account.
Business bank account.
Business. Press that off, y'all. Business
bank account.
We gotta have the business bank accounts.
Has to be business bank account.
We cannot have federal funding going into your personal accounts. And I'm gonna touch on that when we get to my segment.
Okay. And they say, is it okay to use the same letter for different grants? Absolutely. And just fix up keywords, fix up a couple little things. Once you have, that's why I said, once you have it, you'll just be copy and pasting their keywords, change it up a little bit so it make it sound good for them. But once you got it, once you write it, you good. Kiera, how long did it take you to write one grant proposal if you're going for like a local grant or for like a commercial grant, not a federal grant?
The local federal grants are so much easier. We had one here in Memphis, Tennessee, that was for $20,000. Y'all, all you had to do was literally fill out a spreadsheet on how you would use the money and submit your tax return. Or if you did not have your tax return for the previous year, 12 months of business bank statements. Boom.
That's why you got to get that bank account.
That is the main thing that holds a lot of us up, that business bank accounts, because we have not switched from our personal to our business. And that was one thing that I had to do in taking my business to the next level, was to obtain a business bank account. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's state grants. Yes, state grants are easier to get than federal grants because state grants don't ask for as much. Because actually state grants get theirs from the federal. So basically when we go directly to grants.gov, I'm going straight to the federal contract. I'm competing with the state to get those. Mm-hmm. So it's easier to obtain the ones that are already in your state or in your city. I know that there are a lot of nonprofits here in Memphis, even businesses that offer grants to businesses. I see another question. Hold on, you guys. So what about when your business is new? When your business is new, you can find grant funding. It may be a little
new for startup.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, it is out there.
Yes.
It's just it may be a bigger pool of people that are in those, but you can get funding as a startup company.
Absolutely, you can make $0 and
I'm telling
we'll fund you.
$0. The whole thing about this, y'all, is patience. Patience is a virtue. You got to be patient. I have had clients that are like, okay, as soon as we submit, do we know anything? No, it's a waiting game, especially when there is not, we're not close to the end date. Let's see, I see one more.
About the SBA.
So the SBA always opens up, there are different grants for the SBA. You just have to research them. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're out there. I'm trying to see. There are also grants. If you guys ever experience any type of weather conditions in your city or state,
SBA, yep, period.
Y'all, just the insight. People think that COVID was the first time the SBA gave away money. No, ma'am, I'm here to tell you that is not the case. That is what the SBA is for.
You get a flood in your state, a fire in your state, a weather storm, a ice storm. Hello, SBA, I was affected.
Yes, I'm telling you. And when it's nothing of the magnitude of COVID, where it's like all of us are affected throughout the country, it's much easier to obtain.
And a lot of people don't know. So a lot of businesses, they don't be knowing in your, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, go for it. If you see that it say a flood warning on you. You know when the message be coming up on your phone and be like, flood warning. Hello, SBA, it's flood. My business is flooded. Give me some money.
I'm telling y'all. And then also, it's good to get in contact with your local SBA office. If you have a local SBA office in your city, in your state, please, y'all.
Yes.
I am the bugaboo, okay? I am a bugaboo. I'm like, hey, my name is Kiara Kimbrough. You are going to know me. You're going to know who I am, what I do. Because when something comes across your table, I want you to think of where that girl, she's a bugaboo. Her business does this. She lives in this city and state. You have to be very persistent.
Yes.
One thing that I tell my clients all the time is sometimes you just got to put it in their face.
Absolutely.
And that's literally what I had to do with like even getting contracted with the SBA. If you received an SBA once. Renee, what kind of SBA funding did you receive?
The other thing about that too, with the networking with the SBA, if you ever have been on my lives, you know I say networking is key. You guys, I know for my state personally, the SBA has literally networking events every single week. If you go on the sba.gov website, you can fill out your information and get on their newsletter. You put your state in, you put your email in, and they will literally send you emails of every event, every networking opportunity, and you'll think, oh, this is not for me. No, go to as many as you can, because they have like the people who are doing this grant writing stuff and approving grants, they be in those rooms. You won't know, but they're in those rooms. The people who are, opening up, the people that are new businesses who are giving them funding and funding the SBA with different things, or, partnering with the SBA, they're in those rooms. They'll teach you how to get into new contacts. Sign up for the SBA's newsletter.
Yes, sign up for everybody's newsletters. Because that's how I stay so informative on what's going on. Before I got contacted with SBA, I knew so much about it because like I'm a nerd. If I don't know something, I'm gonna read about it. I'm gonna look on YouTube about it.
Yeah.
There's gonna be something that I'm not gonna know about it before the end of the night or the end of the week. Like I become obsessed. Like I eat, live, breathe it.
That's one of the reasons why I love you. I'm not gonna lie. I'll call her and I'll be like, did you hear about this thing that just came out? Oh,
and I'm like, girl, yes.
Yeah, you'd be like, let me do some research. Hold on, let me see. Yep. Like, that's one of the reasons why I love her, is because she's just a nerd as I am when it comes to this type of stuff. So y'all definitely sign up for newsletters.
Yes, y'all. And if there's something, like Stormi knows, if there's something that you guys ever reach out to me about and I don't know, I'm gonna find out for you.
You're gonna research it.
I'm gonna research it.
She's like, let me call my people.
I'm gonna call. Let me call my people and see what's going on. Okay.
Renee said for COVID, not sure exactly.
I'm wondering. So was it a grant or a loan, Renee?
And then Shannon says, so it's having a good business pitch, because it's basically like selling your business. Right. Yep.
Yeah. That's all it is. And then I see collection how would I go about my statement of need with the boutique? So what kind of boutique do you have?
Clothing, I'm guessing.
Okay, so we're gonna say it's clothing, and let's just say if I was a clothing boutique owner, I would say I would think about what made me start that. Was it because I wanted to help women tap into their inner beauty or to make them feel beautiful? It's all of those things that the thought process of what you wanted to, just outside of saying, oh, I just want to sell clothes.
Yeah.
It's the why behind it. Yeah. How will this impact the community?
It's honestly hard for us to give you exactly how to explain your statement of need, because you started your business for a specific reason. And it shouldn't, honestly, you guys, if your reason for starting the money is because you feel like it's a good money grab, it's not going to last. I hate to say it, though. You can have streams of income that you just like, I'm just going to have this for a stream of income, but the business that you're actually starting to like really want to do and be the CEO of and build a team around, you should have a why to why you're starting that business. And I know one of the girls, a couple of the girls in my CEO program are in here, Dominique. Dominiqua, and we just went through her. She has a boutique in Omaha, Nebraska. We just did her grant summary and we went through it and redirected everything. And I was like, you got to dig deep, like find why you started. And she went all the way back into her childhood and found out what really made it prosperous for her to start her business. And like I told you guys in the earlier times, that mission statement will really help you be able to know how to build your business. Honestly, you'll know which collaborations to do, you'll know which deals to do, which connections to make, and what's not for your business, because you know the morals and the mission of your business.
Suzette said, how many people are we running against? Are they looking for one winner?
Thousands.
Girl, thousands. I can't even put a number on it, honestly.
Yeah.
But with federal grants, they are looking for more than one.
There's more than multiple winners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are multiple winners because they have a ceiling and a floor.
Right.
So the highest that you can get in the floor is the lowest that they will offer.
Yeah.
And you can fall in the middle, or you can be at the top or the bottom, however that may go. And it's literally until the money runs out.
Exactly. So that's why get it in early and make sure you hit the due dates. And we're going to talk about that more too. Okay, wait, I'm going to stop questions for a second just so we can keep going and keep flowing, because it's a lot of questions going on and the chat is open. Okay, so moving on. We kind of went over the statement of need based off of, the questions you guys were asking, but this is a little bit more in-depth outline of kind of how to do your statement of need. Reference the community problem, the people that will be served, use data. Like you guys, I don't know if you guys are doing any market research. This will also help you if you're going out for any investor money. You need market research. You need a credible source like Forbes, like New York Times, like, credible sources to where you can be like, I found this data here and this is the truth. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. So find a credible source that you can find market research and put that in your statement of need. Clearly relate to the mission and purpose of your business. Like we said, mission statement, that's going to keep coming up, because the mission of your business is a lot of the reason why or why not you'll get funded. They'll be like, no, your mission doesn't align with ours, so it's a no. So make sure you know your mission and apply for grants that have similar missions. We want to help young kids. We want to help diabetic women, whatever the case may be. Make sure that the mission aligns. Don't just be like, I'm a trucker business and I want to go out for a grant that's for, starving kids. What you gonna do for some starving kids? You gonna be trucking food over there? Let us know. Be real. So it's like, find out what you're really going to do and how you can align your purpose with that company's purpose. That's why you'll get funded. Tell the grantor how they could be of use. And this goes back to saying, look on their websites, look at their bios, and tell them the reason why we will be with this funding. Let's say they're giving out $5,000 with the grant money that you guys allowed us. We would be able to do A, B, and C, and you guys would be helping us do these A, B, and C things. So make them feel special. People love to hear about themselves. Let's say that you were going out for a grant with, let's say the company name is Charlie O's. Let's say you're going out for a Charlie O grant and you're like, Charlie O's grant would work so well for our business so that we could provide, add those keywords. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, make that company feel like you need them in order to do what your business needs to do. In order to complete your mission, Charlie O's grant needs to fund me. Without Charlie O's grant, I cannot do these good works. Y'all with me? Y'all getting it? Y'all, go ahead.
So not do you show them that you need them, but show them why they should want to partner with you.
Facts.
Because it's nothing but a partnership. Make them feel so fired up when they're reading just even that statement or that executive summary. Like, wow, I'm fired up. I'm amped up. I don't know what they're about to do. I don't know what this entails and how much they really need so far. But I want to be a part of this because it aligns with what we. They're taking it to the next level, and I can see what they're trying to do.
Yes, make them feel like you about to change the world with your business.
There you go.
And it doesn't matter. Like, you guys don't get stuck like, oh, we have to be a Mark Zuckerberg or we have to create a Facebook to change the world. When you could change your community, you could change yourself and change the world. So it's like, don't get hung up on the fact that you have to be this business that's just so profound. You can literally be Look at McDonald's. They were a hamburger stand and they changed the way that people eat for life. So never get yourself in a position where you don't think that your business is a big enough business or a big enough idea or a simple idea. Nothing is a simple idea. If you know your mission, you know what you can do in your community, you can change the way people do life with hamburgers and French fries and soda pop. Come on, somebody. Look, it don't have to be some world-renowned idea. They literally created from some hamburgers. Who in this room could create a better hamburger than McDonald's? Be real. They're not doing nothing special, but they believed in themselves. They had an idea and they went and got the funding. They was going to the banks to get those real estate properties to start their first McDonald's, big, large McDonald's. So hello, somebody. And the other thing, like I said before, use easy language. Use easy language. Don't go in your grant proposal using abbreviations that ain't nobody know what it is. Y'all in there saying LMAO or LOL. Y'all talking about JK. You know what I'm saying? Don't be using abbreviations that don't nobody know nothing about or specific to your business. Write it out. If you're going to do abbreviations, put it, when you do the first abbreviation, write it out and then say abbreviated is this. That way you can abbreviate it down on the line when you're writing it. Don't do no abbreviations and no typos. When I tell you, if the deadline is December 31st, in your mind, the deadline need to be December 15th. That way you can have it written out, ready to go. You can take a break from it, relax your mind, because sometimes you get so close into it that you can't see the big picture. So take a break, have your friends read it over, your colleagues read it over, your mama, your pappy, whoever, have them read it over, look for typos, and then come back to it a week before deadline, read it back over. Typos will get you disqualified. They looking for any reason to get you disqualified. You know how many, like we said, it's thousands of people. Any reason why they feel like they don't have to read it? Okay, it's too much typos. You out. They're not gonna care. So make sure you guys are really doing this diligent work to write it. Kiera, what you think?
Proofread, y'all. Please proofread. And like Stormi said, I personally give myself, like she said, if it's due on the 30th, 31st, it's due in my head, it's due on the 15th, really the 14th, because that gives me time to decompress, to read over it, to make sure that my thoughts are flowing, because you're telling a story. It should just flow as if you're reading a book, as if you're reading a book. So y'all, please proofread. Let other people proofread for you. Yes. Sometimes we as a writer cannot see our mistakes. I'm quick to, okay, look, hand it off to somebody else. I've even gone as far as like when I didn't want anybody around me. You know what I was doing? I went on Fiverr, y'all. And you can hire somebody on Fiverr to proofread for you for like $10 and send it off. They'll send it back within a day or two and boom, there you go.
Put it through, like, depending on where you're writing it. If you're writing it on your Word document press or wherever you're writing it, they'll proofread it for you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you don't have no typos. Make sure your grammar is decent. Like,
yes,
just don't give them any reason to disqualify you with simple mistakes.
Yes, 2 and 2, where and where, those things, there and there, there and there, those things, those simple things that, because our texting kind of screws us up a little bit. Let's not abbreviate anything. And your writing does not have to be perfect. We're not asking you to be a Harvard scholar. We're just asking you just to be able to let it flow with correct grammar and proper
English, baby. That's it. Okay, so I want to get into, do we have any questions on this part now? Because we're about to get into the applications. I'm going to kind of run you guys through the grant database so you can kind of see and figure out how to do it for yourself. I go to the nearest community college and have people in the help center proofread, and I don't even attend the college. Okay, if that's a free service in your area, use it. Use your resource. I love that, Antar. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Use y'all's resources. If you don't have no family members that could read it, or nobody want to take the time to really help you win no money because you ain't write their grant proposal, well, I ain't reading your grant proposal if you ain't write my grant proposal. then you have other resources. How y'all feeling? Talk to me. I don't hear nobody. I don't hear nothing. Y'all tired? Y'all tired?
I feel great. I feel great. I feel great. Excited.
Okay, I'm seeing excited. We're excited. So that means we're fired up, right, y'all? We're fired up. Okay. Enjoy knowledge. Yes. Optimistic. Yes, that's what we love to hear.
Yeah, it's easier than you think. You just gotta know what to do.
Yes.
You gotta know what to do.
I'm
Okay.
ready for the 1 page, but that 10 page you threw at me.
Look. Right.
Listen, when I
You
get
threw
into
that at me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't even on base yet. You just threw
I
that at
love
me.
that. That's real though. So
But
start with the
I
one
love that.
pagers.
I love the honesty. I love the honesty.
Start with the one pagers. Start with the more simple stuff. You don't have to go out for the 10-page stuff at first. Work your way up. Once you apply for a few and then you win one, you'll get your confidence up and you'll be like, well, let me go ahead and try this. You do not have to go. If you feel like you're ready for it, then go for it. But if you're not ready for it, you don't have to do that. There's other options. My daughter is a teacher. I always ask her to proofread. Yeah, use everything. Use everybody and everything. Okay, so we getting a good response. Everybody feel like they ready. Everybody feel like they good. We've been in class for an hour now. Does anybody need to go to the bathroom and shake their tail feather, stretch? Where y'all at with it? That 10-page will be easier than you think. Yep, stretch it out. You know what I'm saying? Refill your glass, get your water going. We heat up your food, get your Grubhub, whatever you got to do. So let's get into the grant applications, how to read it, how to find it, and when to apply. Right now is a huge grant season. October to March is like a really big grant season. It's at the end of the budget and it's at the top of the budget. So they either have leftover money or they're about to file their taxes and they're trying to get rid of some money so they can bring their money that the money that they owe the government down, or it's at the top of the budget when they getting a bunch of influx of cash and they're trying to go ahead and give it out. So let's go ahead. I'm going to stop sharing this screen and I'm going to share you guys a new screen so that you guys can see the grant database and I can kind of walk you through it a little bit. Do I have it pulled up? Let me see. Where is it? Okay. And thank you, Kiera, for being in here. I feel like this is just so good. You're like so knowledgeable about everything. And it's just so dope to have you in here.
I'm glad that y'all invited me and I'm glad to be here and everybody's so excited and pumped up. I'm excited.
Yes. Okay. So this is grantwatch.com. This is the grant database that I personally use to find grants locally, federally, state, commercial grants. And this is you guys will get this login. You'll get my login, my password, so you can log into this yourself. I just want to kind of walk you guys through this so you can kind of see what it looks like so that when you get in here, it's a lot of stuff on this page, right? So it's like, where the heck do I click? So I just want to walk you through it while we're here so you guys can see what to do and where to go. Quick question. When you apply for the grants, do you have any attachment to the money or is it like by thank you? I don't understand that question. Do you understand, Kiera?
Yes. So I think she's asking if I'm listening to this correctly, if the grantor has any attachment to it. Yeah, so the grantor. And so it depends. With a lot of commercial grants, no, they do not have any attachment to it. They may just give you the money and say, okay, bye. Some of them want to keep tabs on you, like, okay, they may partner you up with a mentor to see like how the money is being used or what are you doing with it. And then when we talk about federal, now that's a whole nother ballpark. And with the federal, yes, ma'am, there is an attachment to it. With the federal, you can be audited at any given moment. That is why in the federal, I spoke about the budget. And I said down to the penny, if you listen to me, because literally it's down to the penny. If we go out for a grant and they award us, let's say $50,000, and in it we say with the $50,000 within the proposal, we're going to use it to buy more business supplies, whatever the supplies are, will entail, yada, yada, yada. If I, as the business owner, or even my accountant or my AOR that's on the grant proposal, does not adhere to that complete $50,000 being used for that, then we got a problem. And the numbers have to add up the books. And that's the thing about federal that scares a lot of people, because when you get awarded, you see that money in your account, you're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this.
Just hit my account. I'm rich.
Y'all, but listen, I'm telling you, and with obtaining federal, you got to have a good accountant. You have to have somebody that you can trust. You have to have a good AOR that is on you, that is watching, that is helping you adhere to what that grant proposal is. Because you can get multiple grants for different things within your business. So if all the money isn't spent, that has to be documented. That has to be a part of the books. Because if they come back and they're like, okay, well, what happened with the leftover, yada, yada, yada. During that time, you can go back to the grantor and ask them, well, we didn't use all the money. Can we use it for this? As long as they're in the loop, that's totally fine. But we're talking about when people start maneuvering things, or you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, or using this money. And a lot of times what gets people, they don't come after you right then. It's not easy. They watch you. Because you could be getting with federal, you could be getting the $50,000 every year for the next 5 years. So let's say in 5 years, you might not get audited until year 4. Yes, a paper trail is necessary for federal. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it is. You gotta
get in the practice of that.
Yes,
get in the practice of paper trails.
Because I have clients who we got the local QuickBooks is good.
QuickBooks
I like QuickBooks.
Perfect.
I'm old school. I like paper and
receipts. So okay, I have QuickBooks personally for my business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm doing like grant work, working with grant money, I attach my business bank account that I'm having the grant money deposited to my QuickBooks account. So anything that's on my that goes through my account in and out will come to my QuickBooks. QuickBooks allows you, when you get in there, it'll tell you to what's the verbiage that they use? They say like what do they say exactly? I can't remember right now for some reason. Verify. They say verify these transactions. That's what they say on QuickBooks. So you'll go in there and you'll verify it, and you'll be able to write. They'll give you a note section where you can write what it was used for. If you can remember what it was used for, when they come to audit you, you can tell them exactly what it was used for.
Mm-hmm. Be very detailed with your notes. QuickBooks is another lesson. Hey, Stormi, that may be because QuickBooks can literally be your best friend. You can make it work for you.
I would straight out my QuickBooks, but I got my employees' personal information on there. But my QuickBooks, it's very intricate. Honestly, it's easy to use, and the reps are easy, but it's a lot that can go into QuickBooks. Is GrantSpace a good place to apply for? GrantSpace
is a good one. I personally like to use grants.gov. I like GrantWatch too.
Grants.gov is good, yeah.
Yeah.
I like GrantWatch because I can filter everything out. That's why I personally like it.
It's me personally, I think GrantWatch over grants.gov is much more user friendly for like a new user. Somebody that's tapping into grants for the very first time. I almost definitely was GrantWatch.
I mean, there's a bunch of different sites too, like Score, MDBA.gov, SBA.gov.
Yes.
So this is not the only database that's out there. This is just what I personally use. And I'm going to go ahead and take you guys through the process of being able to like kind of specify for yourselves. So let's see, somebody in the comments, tell me your business industry and your state or city. And then we can kind of specify it for you guys specifically, because you already know what I do. Okay, I got beauty in New York. Okay. So you can, if you're a for-profit business, right, you have at the top here, grants for small businesses, grants for individuals. On this website, you can also request a grant writer. Kiera, do you still do grant writing for businesses too, or have you kind of just moved into the SBA contracting?
No, I'm still doing grant writing.
Period. So grants for small businesses, right? Boom. We right here. It opens up to this huge page of 10,074,000 grants. 1,074 grants. I'm not going through all of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the location. Where did baby girl say she was from? I saw it say beauty.
New York.
She was in New York. Okay. So I'm gonna go straight to New York. Boom. And category. Now you could put different categories. So you can either put business, which will keep it kind of open, or you can get a little more specific. You see they have like climate change, like we was talking about, community service, business, conflict. You know, they have all these different type of businesses that you could put it for. And if you don't see yours, I would just go to business and see if you could find one that's closer, because they might have one for like minority owned women. And it's not specific to an industry, and it's more specific to just, you know, the type of ownership that owns it. Okay. So there's literally, y'all see, it's a bunch of different. So you could put women in there. You could put multiple ones too. You don't have to just stick to one. So we could put women and we'll put business, since I don't see beauty as a direct one on here. So let's search the grants. Now we got 142 grants. That narrows it way down, right, y'all? So now when you're going through these grants, you can go through and see which ones, and it doesn't have to say this is a grant for beauty stylists in New York. It can say stuff like, let's go through it. Local swim, agriculture, nonprofit, for-profit, proven expand healthcare, agencies, New York businesses for affordable dance studios, loans to New York businesses in eligible areas for financial assistance during COVID-19. Sounds like you. Go through this, see what time the deadline is. Oh, the deadline is in 3 days. So I would skip this one because it's too early. But you can go through this and it will tell you if you're in a certain area and you were affected by COVID-19, if you were able to get your grant in by the 22nd, you would have been able to get, look, it says estimated size of grant up to $100,000. That easy. They have everything on here. Eligibility, see the eligibility right here. They have the link where you could click on it, go to the whole eligibility site. You could process it, everything. They have the contact information. Everything you need is literally all right here.
So quick question.
Go ahead.
I see where it said like a long term, like payback. Is that? The other one had it. It was the other one.
Oh, did I look at a different one? Hold on.
I think that one was actually,
Okay.
It's a loan, but I think it may act as a grant.
This one is a loan, but right out my mouth.
Yep, it can act as a grant, and by that, I don't know if you guys know of the PPP. So the PPP was actually a loan, but it acted as a grant if you adhere to the guidelines and you can prove whatever the case is, and they will totally forgive it. So this is how this one would act. And the only reason why I know that is because I saw that it's a loan and it has a closing fee and it shows you the different rates just in case you don't adhere, or for whatever reason you choose not to have it as a grant and you want to fully pay for it.
But
yeah,
this is just one type of something that's on here. Is there a reason why it's blue?
Okay, that makes sense.
Is somebody scribbling blue stuff on my screen, or is that me? Can y'all see that, or is that just me?
I see it, but I think
I see it.
Is that me? How am I scribbling on my screen, Nat? Help me out. Is somebody hacking us right now? Look.
You have your pencil on?
Hold on, let me look. I'm technically challenged. I'm like, who is scribbling on my screen? I said, can somebody please turn off they scribble? Okay, so opportunity for US, Canada, and international Black-owned business. Okay, so this looks like another one for US Black-owned businesses.
Hello, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So like, okay, see, like the deadline is for the 23rd and the 28th, right? And you just really wanted to try to get the loan. Would you try to, like if you're new or this your first time, would you try to get the grant writer, or is this when you would use like that business-wise thing, like plan?
If it's within a week, I personally wouldn't go for it. Unless you already have your stuff written out where it's just a copy and paste situation. If you're just now new going for it, I would wait until you have at least a month so that you could give yourself that time to read over it, proofread it, give it to other folks to proofread it. I wouldn't right now, if you don't have anything written out, I wouldn't go for anything that's open in the next week. I would go for something like within 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
No, right. I understand that, but I'm just saying,
Okay.
like, just to piggyback on, like, when you guys were saying, like, you know, to utilize like the business wise if you need to, or if the grant writer. I'm just trying to tie all of that together. Or
So the
if I'm
business
making
wise,
sense.
okay, let me reiterate. Let me repeat back to you what I hear you saying in my words to see if I hear you
Okay.
saying how, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
What I hear you saying is that you're saying, am I supposed to do the business wise plan when I'm ready to apply or now?
Well, in a sense, I mean, just saying like, okay, say like everybody on here was just new. Nobody has done a business plan at all, ever, and everything. And how you guys were speaking about the business plan, how the other host was saying like she refer a lot of her people to use the business wise as well, and also with the grant writer. Like, just say if these grants were in another month or two, right? And you're really not a good writer, you know what you want to say, but you're really not a good writer. Like, would you then utilize like that business wise, or request for a grant writer, or like that, if I'm making sense?
Yeah, that's why I give you guys those resources. If you don't feel comfortable writing it, then definitely use the resources available to you. Does that answer the question?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And that gives them more than enough time, 3-4 weeks to go ahead and get that in for you.
Okay. So do they typically ask you like what you want to put in there? Like, or
yeah, no,
like,
they'll call you. They'll call you. You'll literally talk to them about everything with your business, what you want to do. They'll write it based off of you. They're not just writing something and giving it to you. You got to talk to them. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to
have
go
a
over.
question.
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
So I have a question. So, okay, so if Kiara's a grant writer, right? And then you guys are talking about business plans, is she gonna write the grant for that specific like minority business, or is she gonna write up a business plan? Like, I'm a little confused.
No, I don't write business plans at all. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, because you guys, okay, so yeah, I'm a little confused. So do you make a general grant proposal for us, or do we show you what grant we want and then you make a grant?
That's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Typically, if you don't know what grant you're looking for, I research the grants that are tailored for your business. Does that make sense?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I do. And then if you don't have a business plan already, because I don't write business plans, I would direct you to someone else. And then once you give me that business plan, then I will research, see what grants are out there, what are available, see how much you're trying to obtain. That's all a part of my intake. Like, I just go over like what your business is, who you are. If you have a business plan already, what are you trying to obtain? What's your goal within the next 2 to 3 years, and how you plan on using the money? And based upon that information, I research grants for you. And before I apply you for any grants, I always let you look over. I'm like, hey, do you adhere to this? Because if they're federal grants, not only will my name and my LLC be on it, but also your name and your business name. So I want to make sure that, hey, this is something that you adhere to and all that good stuff.
Okay, so basically when Stormi's talking, Stormi, you're trying to say like, if you have a business plan, it's great because sometimes they'll act for projection, but you really wouldn't have a grant written proposal.
Yeah, you wouldn't just send your business plan in unless they specifically ask for it.
Right.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
Don't no. So basically, I take your business plan that, say for instance, if you already have one, or I send you to get one, I take that, and that's how I get your executive summary, or I get your executive summary from that, and then I tailor it towards the business plan that towards the grant proposal.
But
yeah, okay, thank you so much.
He can't write you a grant proposal without a business plan, basically.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I gotta have a business plan. I'm sorry if I didn't specify that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he has to have something to go off of. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's another one for the beauty in New York business, right? So this one is from Invoice to Go. Really, this is for anybody in the chat. Anybody that's a woman-owned minority business. Invoice to go, the deadline is more than a month away. This is something that everybody could apply for. Grants up to $15,000 in in-kind support. In-kind means they may not give you the money, but they'll give you support like resources. So they may give you free classes. They may give you free resources for your business. You may not get the money, but you'll get support from their business. And I'm gonna tell y'all, still go out for the in-kinds. Because one thing about it, two things for sure, once you're in their database as a winner, once you're in their database as someone who's going out for grants, you're in their database. So if they see you go out for again, you didn't win last year, but you're back again next year or back again next season, you have a better chance of winning. You get the database. You get to be in the database, and that's important for networking. A lot of times when people have grant opportunities, they'll be like, okay, we have an event that we're doing. We want all of our grant attendees that made it to the third round to come to this event. You then get to meet all the founders. You get to meet all the people doing the grant application. Like everyone from the businesses there, everyone that went out for the grant is in the room. So you definitely want to still do in-kinds just because it's not the cash. Get the support, get the community, because this is going to help you grow your business and secure that business funding later on down the road. So this one is like minority-owned businesses to recognize the contributions of undeserved small business owners. Successful applicants will receive a monetary grant, business development workshops, and the opportunity to join a network of small business owners. Exactly what I just said. So this one, they're doing up to $200,000. 20 people are going to win. And they're doing 5 $15,000 ones, 10 $10,000, and 5 $5,000. Anybody could go out for this one. The program starts on October 18th and ends. This one ends, so it looks like they're doing two. One of them ends in December, and then they open it back up, and it ends on May 6th. So what you would do is you would go to invoice2go.com, look them up so that you can see all of the information on this. Here's the eligibility guidelines right here. Additional criteria: you must be an owner of a small business, legal US resident, 18 years or older. The business must be major. You know, all of this is right here. You'll literally know exactly if it's for you or not. Okay, here are all the deadlines. Yep. So December 31st, then they have another one that ends on February 11th. I want to see everybody go out for this. Here go their website right here, terms and conditions. And it'll give you everything you need for the whole program. You just read through this, find the keywords, and keep it pushing. Write the grant and apply. I mean, and there, out of 100 of these, I suspect that you could find at least 10 that's specific for your business and that is, you know, able for you to apply. And out of 10 with a good grant, you have a good opportunity to win out of writing 10.
Right, and that's 10 at the minimum.
Definitely. Okay, let's go back to the other.
That was just specific for New York, right?
No, that was for, hold on. Because I put in New York, but I also put in women and business. Hold on, let me find it again. I think it was this one. Is this invoice to go? Grants and in-kind support to minority-owned women. It was this one. This one, the qualifications are: must be a legal US resident and must be an owner of a business and 18 years or older. There's nothing that says specific to New York.
Does it matter what percentage you own? What if it's like a partnership? And what if, like, for example, your partner is like a veteran, but they owns less? I mean, do they go by how much percentage that, you know,
how
that
much does he own? He or she own?
49%.
It would
majority.
need
Usually it's majority owned.
Yeah, I said most of the time it is majority owned. However, there are sometimes you can fall through the cracks. This is one, in your case, I would actually reach out to those that the grantor and get clarification if it's not actually specified, to gain clarification on that, because you wouldn't want to miss out on something because he's not fully majority owned of the business.
But it does, I mean, you have to really read it, you guys. Like it says, the business must be majority owned by a legal US resident who identifies as one of the following: Asian, Indian, Black, Latino, Does a majority owner identify as any of these things? Yeah. Okay, it's for you. So don't get so hung up. Just read it. If it don't simplify it. If you're the majority owner and you Black, it's you. That's it. We don't care about the other guy. You majority, you good. So make sure you, when you're reading this stuff, read it. Like when I be telling y'all, I be trying to tell y'all my IG, y'all better start reading because you're gonna miss out if you're not reading. Read the directions, read the guidelines. I will also say, don't count yourself out. Like, and Kier, you could correct me if I'm wrong. This is from my personal experience. If there's a grant that says you must have made $100,000 in order to qualify, but you made 50,000, I would still go out for that grant.
And
Correct
that
me
is,
if I'm wrong.
no, you are most definitely true. Because, and the reason why I tell my clients that we're still going to apply for is because you have so many people that may have made that mark of the 100,000, but something else may have kicked them out. So then they have to go to next in line. And let's just say, hey, you could have been next in line, but you didn't apply because you let that just hang up or whatever. You miss out.
What happened?
Can't hear.
How do you like register your business as a minority?
We getting to that.
Okay, great.
Yep, that'll be the next thing we talk
That's
about.
next. I just
All
want to
right.
get y'all through this. Let me make sure I'm getting to all the questions. What's a closing fee? A closing fee is like an origination fee. So basically, instead of, if they say they're going to offer you $5,000, but they're going to take a closing fee of $300, they're not going to give you $5,000. They're going to give you 5,000 minus 300. And that's usually for loans because it was a loan. That one that we looked at was a loan, the first one. Everybody get that? Do I need a cage number to apply for every grant or just federal grants?
Federal.
How do you get a business writer? Business writer, what do you mean? Can you apply from different states? If it's state specific, then no.
It has to be the state that your business is registered in.
Right. On your LLC paperwork.
Yes.
Thank you for this info and knowledge. You're welcome. Is it invoice2go.com? When you get this, you're literally going to get my login. So everything that I see, you'll literally get all of this. So you can look on all of it, spend a whole 3 hours just going through, find grants. Like I told you guys, I write mine in a little spreadsheet. So you could just write yours in a spreadsheet or on a piece of paper. Can you share the links to that specific grant? You're going to get the database. Do you have to prove that you're minority owned woman? They might ask for your ID. Once you give them your ID, you've proven that you're a Black girl. It's going to say it on your ID. And then your name will be on your LLC paperwork or attached to your EIN. So you don't have to worry about proving anything. You'll just, say that you're who you are. If you don't win a grant the first time, how long before you can reapply? You can reapply as many times as you want to. Whenever they open it and whenever the deadline is, you can reapply in those time frames. And then you also can apply to as many as you want. You don't have to apply for one and wait. You can apply for as many as you want. There's no limit. Do you offer one-on-one grant writing? We're going to talk about that later too. And how are these grants turned/submitted in through email or through portal? They'll tell you. So they might tell you on the website that they have a portal that you want to do it. There's an application online. They want you to email them. They will tell you specifically how to do it. So we're going to go ahead and move on because we in what was it? An hour and a half now. So I want to make sure we get to all the information. Y'all tap in with me. How y'all feeling? Where y'all at with it? Let me know. Do not be falling asleep. Let me see if anybody's asleep in the room. Hold on, because my girl Seductive Lingerie usually be hyped with me, and you not giving me what you be giving me on IG Live. So I'm trying to make sure my girl is with me tonight. You sleep, you've been working all day. Let me know what y'all got going on for real. Okay, business certifications. I'm gonna let you do the whole certification round because you certify in every single thing. There is no
Y'all, this is my favorite part of grant writing because with federal grants, you want to know how you get to the top of the line? If you got those business certifications. And to get your business certifications, You can actually go directly through the SBA. You can do certified.sba.gov. I will put it in the chat box. Or you can go through a third party, which can be locally. It could be statewide, citywide, anything of that nature. Y'all, please be careful with some of these websites that are telling you that they can get you certified. The process for getting your certification is 60 to 90 days. And with doing your certification, you have to have all of your ducks in a row. Your taxes have to be up to point. You have to submit your business plan. See, I keep telling y'all that business plan is key. You gotta have that business plan. And you just have to, if you have any officers or if you have anybody on your board of directors or any employees, you have to just put all that in there. And as long as you submit the information correctly the first time, it won't be a pushback. That's the main thing of getting it done correctly the first time, because you don't want the pushback for that. I used to take my clients through a third party here, a nonprofit in Memphis that we had, because it was free. Find out locally, citywide, statewide, what are the avenues that you can use. Y'all, you don't have to pay for everything. There are some nonprofits out here that have to give away money. They have to do things of this caliber. They are acting as third parties with the federal government to help you obtain your certification. And when I say certification, that means being certified as a minority-owned business, a women-owned business, African-American business owner, anything of that nature. Even, I know somebody said a veteran-owned business. All of those little hats that you wear, those can be certified. And then also with obtaining certification, I don't know if anybody in here is trying to obtain government contracts. That will help.
Everybody should be.
Yes, there we go. That can help you get your government contracts as well. So certification is key. I always tell my people that is the main thing. It's lengthy, and it is it's not needed for grants. But if you want to be the creme de la creme, and you want them to skip over everybody else and look at you, especially with our federal, you need to get your business certified. What's the website again? You can do certified.sba.gov, or check with your local city, state. I know Memphis, we have some nonprofits here that do it, and even some for-profit businesses that do it. They do it for a small fee. But typically your nonprofits are going to do it for free. And again, y'all, it takes up to 90 days to get it certified. But once you're certified, you are good. Maintain your certification. Stay on top of that, because that is your bread and butter. That is what is going to set you aside from all of these other businesses. People seeing that certification, it looks like a gold star. It looks like you are serious about your business. You are true to what you do. You are on the forefront, and you are taking your business to the next level.
What did we say it was, Kiera? We said it was the pre-check, TSA pre-check for your business?
Yes, that's what we said, TSA pre-check. That is, when you flying and you just, you going through TSA, and then you see the people over in the other line, TSA pre-check, they're just flying on through, they going down about their business. And you just look in the regular line. You want your TSA pre-check. Get it done. Solidify that. I'm telling you, it will open up so many doors for you, to the point whereas you may be overwhelmed. I'll give you guys a little small story. One of my clients has a trucking company, and we got her certified as a minority-owned business and something else, woman-owned business. So with COVID, no, I'm sorry, not with COVID. It was a hurricane. Something just happened in New Orleans a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. She was able to be contracted with the government. Because she was already certified and registered in SAMS with their certification. She didn't have to reach out to them. They were not gonna get her.
We need people.
Yes, we need you. And literally that's all she had. Her having that certification brought in such an influx of money, y'all. It is just And it's just beyond measures. So I cannot preach that enough. Certification is key, you guys. Get those businesses. Yes, get your businesses certified.
Okay, for the SAMS number, I know a lot of people don't know what the SAMS number is. So it's literally SAMS.gov.
Yes. SAMS.gov.
And it'll pull you up to here.
Yes.
And so, right where it says register, this is where you'll register.
You will register, get started. There you will plug in all your information for your business. You will put in your business banking information, your they'll ask you things about your tax information as well, how you file, your EIN and address. This acts with grants.gov because this is how you get paid. If you get awarded a grant via grants.gov, you want to get paid, they got to pay you. So they pay you through SAMS. And even with your federal contracts that you get, like for instance, I was telling you about my client, she got paid through SAMS because all of her information was registered. So SAMS is your Bible. SAMS is what you need, what you got to have. And let me tell you this right now, SAMS is free to register for. Do not let people finesse you. There are so many games out here that I have seen. SAMS.gov, I say again, is FREE.
That spells free.
Now, the thing with SAMS, you got to put all of your information. If you do not put it incorrect, it will most definitely kick back. If it kicks back, it's just harder for you to. It's just harder for you to.
Oh, she said, Suzette, Sue, look, girl, don't even talk. Sue, never.
No, she said that. Sam, she said, no, listen, she said that it's very hard to fill out the application for SAMS. And if you do make a mistake, right, it's going to be kicked back to you, as well as
the information that you put on there is your business and your personal information.
But okay, so she was going to pull it in also with the certification for the woman of minority and a certified woman of minority and my DOT number along with the SAMS information. So she was just like pulling 3 things into one for 2,300.
Y'all,
I'm about to cry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up. I can't even lie. I'm tearing up because
girls say what? Like what we doing what? And this is why it's imperative. And it's I always tell my clients, Stormi will tell you. If you don't believe,
no, get a piece of pizza.
Go look on the websites for yourself.
Oh, you're getting mad at me for?
Check it out for yourself.
Hold on now.
Let's put me 2 pizzas on the plate.
Hold on. You getting your pizza? Whoever getting their pizza right, don't mute it, baby. Whoever getting their pizza order in, go on mute.
My bad. My child just come here and aggravate me by a piece of pizza. My bad, y'all.
2,300 is for
people take advantage of your ignorance. And y'all have to watch out for it. If it do not make sense to you, do not just go off your emotions and do stuff. Do research first. Ask trusted mentors, trusted peers. Do the research. Google it. YouTube it. Like I'm telling y'all, your SAMS registration is free. And I told everyone who follows me, know, in order to do your SAMS, you're going to need your DUNS number, right? So get your DUNS number first. And that DUNS number is important for business credit, for grants, and all of that.
And DUNS number are what, Stormi?
It's the most, honestly, that number is one of the most important numbers I have had in business altogether.
And then I know people are charging for DUNS numbers as well.
DUNS numbers is free. No. Free. They charge for EIN numbers, and EIN numbers is free.
It's free, y'all.
Don't get took. Don't get took.
People are finessing. Yes, ma'am, they are charging for EINs. Y'all, I did not believe it. One of my clients told me that somebody was trying to charge him $500. And I was like, I don't believe it, girl. Send me the number. Let me pretend to be somebody else.
I'm sorry about that. I was
going through the entire process. as my mom. They didn't know exactly who I was. And like, yeah, so it's going to be $500 for me to obtain your EIN. And I was like, why? What is this about? And so when I started questioning, it was just like, okay, the call dropped and things happened. So yeah, you got to call people out on their stuff.
And that takes you, this is why I tell y'all, don't be scared to invest. You know what I'm saying? There was people haggling me down about a $25 class. Do not be afraid to invest the $25. Like I tell you guys on my live, I'm not the end all be all. Kiera's not the end all be all. We don't know everything. We've made mistakes. We're going to continue to make mistakes. We're going to continue to learn. So fact check us. Whatever you writing down in your notes, go and find out from one more cert. Like when you go to the doctor, how they say get three doctors to tell you what's wrong with you before you just go ahead and do some surgery. Do that. I will commend somebody who could come back to me and say, hey, Stormi, I looked this up. Somebody said this. Can you explain to me why you said that? You know what I'm saying? I know why I say what I say. Kiera knows why she says, because not only did we do the knowledge, we did the experience. So we know firsthand and we know based off our clients. So the stuff that like, if you got, that's why I tell y'all my DMs are so open and I don't do that whole, email me through business hours thing. Not saying nothing is wrong with it, but the reason why I do that is because I want you guys to come and ask me before you go make a move. Before you go be out of $2,300. Do you know what $2,300 can do for me right now in my business?
Yes.
I could break it down to you. So it's like people really do get rich off of people's ignorance. And I'm not knocking a hustle. This is a capitalist world. But at the end of the day, you have resources like me. You have resources like Kiera. She gave y'all her Instagram. Kiera is your homegirl. Like when I tell y'all, I call this girl and we just shoot the shit. Excuse my language, but we just get on the phone and we talk our craft. We talk about all type of things. We was on the phone the other day. Her homegirls with her. She's like, girl, this what they doing in the grant world. This was going on. You know, like we share. We don't hide the wave.
Yes, y'all, please, I'm dropping my Instagram again. Please don't hesitate to DM me. If you want my number, I will send it to you in the DM or whatever. I am not your typical business owner, working business hours. Stormi knows.
We not. Here.
If I don't answer the phone, you best believe I'm gonna call you back, text you back. It does not matter. You're going to hear from me. And I like for people to ask me questions, because if you don't ask me questions, I'm a little concerned because I know this is new to everybody. So I want you to ask me questions and I walk you through the entire process. There is nothing that I'm doing that you do not know about. I'm not one of those type of people where you cannot ask me about anything that I'm doing or anything that you have, anything that crosses your mind. Bring it to me. I don't have a number of how many questions you can ask me. It does not matter, because if you are spending your money with me for a service,
you're going to get that.
There you go.
You're going to get more.
More.
The people in my CEO program, my 90-day program can tell you, it's a few of them on here. I know Bree on here and I know Dominique on here. They paid me, $1,000 for a 90-day program and then already got 8,000.5 or 8.5K, 12K. Like I don't play when it comes to what I do. So period. They've been in the program for not even a month yet. So let's see, we got some questions. Can you still register if you are new in business and don't know the revenue for SAMs? I'm guessing that's what it says. It's a lot of typos, so I'm not sure if that's what you meant, baby. Markia. Backpack. Come on, Backpack. We said no silly mistakes.
Can you still register? Markia, tell me what you're
Yes. No, I was just saying, like, you know how it asks for like when you guys were speaking about the SAMs and it was saying like with the revenue, like being a new business owner, if you don't.
Oh, the revenue is fine. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's not an issue as long as you have your EIN and your DUNS number and you have a bank account.
Yeah, I have all of that. And one other question. So with the certified, I asked in there, with the certified, is that like, okay, so like when you do your DUNS, your EIN and all that, and then the state sends you that thing and say, hey, you just need to do one more step or something like that, like certified this and that. Is that what that is, or is that a whole other part? Like,
say that one more time.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
So like, okay, so I'm in Florida. So once I did my DUNS, my EIN, and got the LLC and all of that stuff, it sent like, I got like 2 papers from like the state of Florida just saying hey, you'll just need to do one more step and you'll be all set, like with everything. Certified. I think it said like certify your business or something like that. Is that like
That may
the
have been because it is linked up to, it's all federal. So
right?
they run together. And so they have your information. I think that's the same thing. Don't
Okay.
quote. You have to really see it. If you have a, do you
Yeah.
have a something?
No, I can get it while y'all going through it, and I'll come back on.
Yes.
I don't,
And
so
if
I won't
not,
hold up the phone.
to my Instagram on my
Okay.
I put my Instagram in there. DM it to me and I can let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. So where was you at, Key? Because I totally forgot.
I think that was it about the certification. I'm just telling y'all, you gotta, I cannot stress that enough. Business plan, certification. Those are the two main things that you need to have. I cannot stress that enough, y'all. You need that, you need that, you need that. And that was pretty much it for me, Stormi, for the certification.
Okay, cool. So recap, make sure everybody got it. Certification, go to SAMS.gov, get your unique identity code. And then you said go to certified.sba.gov to get your business certified.
Yes.
And which ones do you think are the most important? The women-owned small business, the ED, WSOB, the minority-owned small business? Which ones do you think they should go for first? And the timeline on certifications, because some people think it's a week, it take a week to get certified. It's actually, it's actually, yeah. Say it again.
And that's if all of your information is correct.
Yeah.
So if they have to keep in there, they're good with communication. So you'll know when you get kicked back. It's not like you have to go in and check and see, and you won't know. You most definitely will get a notification to let you know, like, hey, we're missing this, or hey, this is not correct, or we have questions about this. So you will most definitely be in the loop. But the thing is, I always have tried to tell people, look, when you're on there, what I personally do, what I did starting off, I skimmed through what they wanted. And once I did that, I just uploaded everything and then went from there.
With the SAMS registration, when it asks for the fiscal year tax, what should I say if I just started in July?
So do you have a LLC?
I just started the process a week ago. I'm pending with no, I'm pending right now as submitted. How long does it take? Up to 90 days.
Yep. If that's for the certifications, up to 90 days. Somebody said, I got my LLC through LegalZoom. Do you think they will help? Renee, you already got your LLC. LegalZoom is going to charge you to get that done in certification. That is free.
On DM.
Yeah.
In the chat.
And look, we DM Stormi, myself, we will walk you through it, because it's literally you inputting your own information. That's something that you do not have to pay somebody for. Unless you're just like overwhelmed and you just literally need to delegate.
If you just have to do it, then yeah. The reason why I do still recommend it is for people who are like, I literally have no time to figure anything out.
Right.
But the thing is when you go on the LLC, it takes less than 5 minutes, to be real. Like your sos.yourcity.gov takes literally no time. Yeah, irs.gov, it takes literally no time.
None whatsoever.
Officially registered in July. So what should she put for her fiscal year? Should she project her fiscal year, or should she put based off of what she's made already in the months? I say do your run rate revenues.
Yeah.
Let's say that you're doing $2,000 a month, or 2,000 and then 1,000 and then 5,000. What you would do is add up all the months that you've been making money in your business. You would divide them by the months that you've been in business, and then you would use that number to determine how much you will make for the rest of the year, if that makes sense. And then that would be what you would make for the fiscal year.
Yes.
So let's keep moving. We about to be in 2 hours. Y'all up with us. I haven't seen anybody leave. It's still the same amount of people that's been in here. So I gotta give a clap to everybody in the room. Y'all are up. Y'all are getting this information. Like, I really appreciate the people in the comments that's, commenting and making sure that they asking their questions. This is your time. You have 2 people in front of you. Get the information. Like, this is your chance.
All your questions.
This is your chance. So let's keep going. We did the certification. We did the grant database. These are some more, and I'm gonna send you guys this this presentation just so you know, because I think it's important for you guys to be able to go back on information as well as watch the Zoom. But these are just some more grant databases that you can use, that some of them, grants.gov, mdba.gov, sba.gov, these are free. Grant Watch costs and Score cost. But you'll get my grant.gov, like I told you. The reason why I love the grant.gov over like grants, the reason why I like the grantwatch.com over grants.gov or MDB or SBA is because you can narrow it down. You don't have to go through 1,000 grants to find your grant. They're saying, Kiera, can you answer which certifications that you should do first? Can you hear me, Key?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Minority owned, if we fall into that category, and women owned. Y'all, those are the ones that hold a whole lot of weight right now.
So we are wrapping up. We're about to get into the Q&A for you guys. And if you have a question, do not put it in the chat. I want you guys to unmute and ask your question. When you ask your question, just say, my question is, ask your question so that we can make sure everybody gets in, because it's already 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. where you're at. But before we get into the question section, I want to make sure that you guys follow both me and Kiera. There's been a lot of knowledge that was given out tonight. You guys should leave definitely feeling confident. And if you're not, hit me up for sure. You guys can follow me. Yeah, hit Key up too. You can follow Pink Print on Instagram at Pink Print Firms, Facebook at Pink Print. And then if you felt like you got something out of this webinar, out of this class, please leave us a review on Yelp. I'll share our Yelp link in the bio, because it definitely helps other people to just trust us as a brand. And if we giving out good information for you and you believing in what we're doing, it just helps to put that good word out there in the streets, honey. And then I'll put Kiera's stuff. Key, can you put your Insta in the chat one more time too for the folks? For the good people.
Yeah, I'm not good with this tech. Oh my gosh.
I know it. I'd be like, y'all, I'm slow. I'd be like, I don't understand why I'm so slow, and I'm a Gen Z. Am I a Gen Z or I'm a
I don't think you're a Gen Z.
What's the other one? Millennial. I'm pretty sure I'm the end of millennial.
Yeah, I think we are millennial.
So copy and paste that link that I gave you guys, because you might not be able to easily access it once we get off of this this Zoom call. And then on top of that, take a picture right now. Hold on, let me fix the screen up for y'all one time, because we're gonna take a picture of the fact that we're in this class and that we are all in here doing our thing. You're going to take a picture and post it to your Instagram account, your Facebook. Let people know that the price is about to go up tomorrow, because you are investing in your craft and you're doing what needs to be done, period. We're not playing with them no more.
Today's price is not yesterday's price.
Period. So let me get the whole screen so y'all can take y'all's picture. Hold on, why is it not? The lady that taught me how to do the dang spotlight, how I take the spotlight off. I'm over here pressing all type of buttons.
I wish I could help you, but I don't even know how to turn the spotlight on.
Tell me how to turn it on. Boom. Okay. Hold on, I'm slow with this stuff. Oh, can everybody see everybody right now? I can see everybody. Can y'all just still see Kiera?
I see everybody.
I see you.
I see you and Renee.
Maybe y'all gotta go click the arrow button so y'all can see everybody.
you're trying to take a picture, I think the only thing matters if you can see everybody. It'll still catch.
That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to make sure I see everybody. I'm trying to get sure. Look, y'all got to post this on your IG. Let folks know the price went up because you invested in your craft, period. Let these folks know. Let them know that you invested in your craft. You up at 10 o'clock at night, investing in your business. Who doing that? Your competition? I don't see them in here. I don't see no competition in here right now. So it's you. You the winner. You the one that's about to come up. You're the one that's about to get that grant and do your marketing with Marketed by Bree, branded by Bree. You the one. You the one in here, Miss Phelps, with your baby, feeding your baby with the bottle. You the one that's about to come up. Y'all the ones, period. So I'm about to take my picture. Hold on, I gotta let these folks know we in this grant class. These folks is learning, growing, flourishing. And I gotta see, let me see, it's 53 people in the room. I need 53 people to win a grant by 2022. I need the DM saying, OMG, I just won the grant. I need us to get on the phone and be screaming, jumping around.
I can only see 4 people at a time.
You on your phone?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why. You on your phone. The device matters. Because period, y'all up in class at 10 p.m. working on your business. I don't think y'all really understand the severity of what that is. Y'all in class at 10 p.m. working on your business. Do you know people go to sleep at 9:30? Mm-hmm. People are asleep. Your competition is dreaming of what they gonna do next while you planning what you gonna do next. I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all understand. Let me call the competition. Hello? Y'all not up? Oh, that's what I thought. Period. They like preach, period. Okay. Let me quit playing. Y'all know I can play all day. Definitely y'all gotta make sure y'all follow me on live because on IG because I get on live a lot and drop a lot of gems. You guys know I really love business credit. So definitely follow me because grants is not the only source of funding. There's also other sources. If you feel like you took this class and grants is not for you, that is possible. Some people feel like grants is not for them, and that's okay. That is totally okay. I want y'all to know grants is not for everybody, but I still encourage people to go out for them because it's money that you get for your business that you don't have to pay back. So honestly, I'd be like, if you don't go for a grant, you kind of throwing money out the window, but I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing. It's so many other options. We could always make it do what it do. She said grants is for me.
Yes, I love it.
I love it. Okay, so thank you guys for joining this class. It was honestly a blessing for me to even be able to host it. I honestly cried before we had this class. I don't know if y'all ever seen me cry, but I be crying on live sometimes because I be really so blessed to be able to even give you, and I might cry right now, but to be able to just give you guys the information is honestly a blessing for me that I don't take lightly. I know that God uses people to be able to be a vehicle for his mission. And I don't know what you guys' journeys are or what you guys' paths are in life, but I know it's for greatness because you're here. If we met paths, it's because we're going somewhere great. Kiera, 2.5 million, me 2 million in business funding. That's not light. You know what I'm saying? That those are not light numbers. Those we making waves in our community. So beyond grateful to be able to be trusted by you guys and be able to be loved and supported. And I'm sure Key could say the same, but we're gonna open up the window just for Q&A. Don't put it in the chat. Your Q&A, don't put it in the chat. Just unmute yourself and talk to us, and let's just like have a conversation for the next 30 minutes. If you have to leave, like I said, this is still being recorded, so you will get the recording as soon as it downloads. It may be tomorrow and it may be up to 72 hours after. It just depends on how Zoom downloads everything. So definitely, here we go. Let's get into the questions.
I'll go first. First off, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to get too much because, it's just over the past years, I've always, I let fear stop me, and just over the past month, as much as I have achieved and, and just taking that leap of faith and being a part of the first webinar, the Spooktacular, and now this one, every day, I wake up and catch y'all lives on Instagram, so just me being a part of that and witnessing myself like, oh my goodness, like I think I text you this morning. I'm like after I text you, my LLC came through because I'm like worried, like nothing's coming through. What's going on? I got my LLC, my EIN, my DUNS. I went and got everything today. Like, I mean, like just on it. Like I said, I'm not gonna do too much because I'm starting to get a little, a little choked up. I don't want to cry either. But thank you, the other lady, Mika. Like, I'm just so excited for the next step and all of my approvals to flood y'all timeline with and take all that information. So thank you for that. One question that I have, me being new and getting into logistics, how am I still able to certify my business with the how you certify for the minority and the women's business, and I'm like still really new, so like I don't have like any tax or anything like that, but the other back office stuff I have all of that, or do I have to wait?
So I would suggest that instead of going through the certified.sba.gov, find a local office that can assist you with that, because them being the third party, they can be the liaison for you that can skip that part and help you get that certification. So, okay. So yes. What state are you located in?
Omaha, Nebraska. Okay.
So I don't know anything about Nebraska, but I will most definitely, I would say reach out to, just start Googling. Google is your best friend right now. So Google for minority small owned business certification in Nebraska. There is going to be a slew of information that's going to pop up. Start reaching out to those companies that are the third parties, and then let them know your situation. Let them know that you are brand spanking new. You do not have the tax information, but you have everything else, and they should be able to assist you.
Okay, I'll get on that tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah,
you're more than welcome.
I have a question. I want to also say thank you so much. This was a lot of information, but my notepad is completely full.
That's what we love to hear.
I also want to thank Branded by Bree for always leading me in the right path and not holding on to the information, but giving me information and leading me to people who can help me as well.
Yes. Shout out Branded by Bree. She's in my CEO program, so
yes,
I'm here. Very soon. Once I get one of these grants, it's coming your way.
Period.
But my question is, I've been having a hard time trying to get a business account because every bank that I've worked with, I am leasing a place from this lady, and she refuses to change the lease to where it looks like I am the owner. It looks like I am renting a location from her, but her name is at the top. So they will not give me a business account.
Business bank account? You cut out.
I'm sorry?
You back.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I think it's kind of cutting. So did you say that you are subleasing a building and it doesn't have your name on the lease, so it doesn't look like you have any business location basically, and they won't give you a bank account based on that?
Which my name is on the lease, is just not on there as the main owner.
Okay. So the building lease?
It's a building and I'm leasing a suite from a lady.
And which bank is it?
I've tried Chase, I've tried Wells Fargo.
And what do they say? Because you don't have your name on the lease, they won't give it to you?
Because when I sent them the lease, at the top it has the building name, and right under it says owner, and it has her name, and then it has my name, and then my business name.
And when they ask you for the lease, why are you giving them the lease information? I've never had to give my business lease information to get a bank account. When do they ask for that?
They've asked for that twice. I've applied for a business account twice. I don't know why they're asking for that.
Okay,
They're
so
asking that I
usually
have to have that address.
when you get your business bank account, you need your LLC, your articles of organization, your IRS SSN form, which will be your EIN paperwork. And then you're usually good to get a business bank account off of that information. If they don't, and I've never had, I have a Chase, a Bank of America, Navy Federal for Pink Print. They've never asked me for a business lease to open the business bank account. I would say if they do ask you for proof of identification, you can also bring in like a utility bill.
Right. And I see Suzette said they asked her for the same thing with her trucking company.
A business lease, a business corporate lease. You can bring in okay, so let me tell you this then. The reason why they're asking for you to verify your address is because you might have a registered agent on your LLC paperwork, and it's not you as your LLC paperwork. So if you have a registered agent, your registered agent has the address on your LLC paperwork. It's not your business address. So when they go to look up your LLC paperwork, it says your registered agent address. And then that's when they might need additional business address information or verification. Now, the way to do that, if it's a registered agent, like if you went through a third party to get it, it probably is a registered agent, and depending on your state, it probably is a registered agent. If you did that, you could do a few different things. You could file an amendment for an address change to change it to an actual address, like business address that you have with your your state of security. What is it? Security of state. What am I trying to say?
State
security? That ain't it.
No. Security. No, it's
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State. I don't know why that lost me. Your SOS whatever the city is .gov. So your Secretary of State. There you go. With your Secretary of State, you could file an amendment to get your address changed to your actual business address with your name on it. Or what you can do to bypass that is they'll probably need 2 forms of business address identification, which could come in the form of a phone bill. It could come in the form of a utility bill. It could come in the form of other like actual third-party bills that have your business address on it with your name, where it can actually verify that this is your business address.
And that was my issue. So everything is in one, I pay one fee to her. So there's no
it's probably your registered agent. So you probably want to just take that registered agent off unless it's necessary for your state. You can also have your registered agent put your address on there still on your LLC paperwork. It does not have to be your registered agent's address on your LLC paperwork, because that will cause problems down the future.
So then that would cause an issue also with registering with Sam's.
With everything, with business funding, they'll constantly be like, everything matching up. When we see your LLC paperwork, this address say this, but that ain't you. That'll constantly be a problem. So no lie, I did have that same issue because New York says you have to have a registered agent. I had to file an amendment with my Secretary of State. So that's probably your best bet, to just go ahead and put your address on your paperwork, period.
File that amendment. Stormi, how long does it take how long was it?
It could be a week or 2 weeks. It's not long at all. It's all over the internet. And I think New York charged me like $25 or $30 to do it. It was a while ago, but they didn't even charge me that much to do it. And they email it to you, and then they mail it to you too, or you could just get the email and print it off and just staple it or file it with your actual LLC paperwork. Anytime they have any questions about the address, be like, I did file an amendment. My address has changed. This is the amendment paperwork. As long as it has that stamp seal of the government, you good.
Okay, so I have my LLC actually has the address that the building. It doesn't have a different address.
But that's what we're saying. Your name is not on that address.
Okay.
Like, so that's what we're saying. Get it. You might have to get a virtual address. If they're not willing to put you as like a person on the address, you might have to get a virtual business address and make it completely separate from, because do you live at that location?
No.
Honestly, that is odd that they wouldn't take that and you're on the lease as a subleaser, because people do when I was a hairstylist, I did booth rent and I had a lease like that. I want to get on the phone with you and get on phone with the bank and see what they talking about for real. Somebody else had a question.
Yeah, I had a question. Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you all for this Zoom. I learned a lot, but I wanted to ask, when I first started my business, I did open up a bank account, a business bank account, but I was not making any money, so I closed it. I do have PNC, that's my personal. I have Navy Federal, and that's where I have all of my sales go to for my business, but it's not technically a business account. So is
No.
it smart for me to call them to see if they
No.
offer business accounts?
Navy
or-
does offer business accounts, and you have to
And
have
you
a
need
personal
that.
account to open a business account. You cannot do any of the stuff we talking about without a business bank account. They will say
Okay.
no, ma'am. Instant.
Yep.
That's the
Okay.
You
instant.
gotta have that.
Yeah, I just wish I would have kept the account.
The one
I was
you
not
had.
making-
Because it was
Yes.
the time. It's the time. That's the thing when I be
time.
telling y'all. Your financial statements start when your business bank account was open. A lot of people don't know that, but they'll go based off of your business bank account is when they see that you started making money. So if it's
Yep.
3 months, 1 year, that matters.
Yep.
But that's part of business. That's the thing, you guys. Do not be afraid. All did a duck?
Stormi, there's an echo.
I thought that was a duck quacking. So yeah, what I'm telling you guys is we're going to make mistakes. Like we're going to, you know what I'm saying? This is the part of when we started up and then we go get people that we trust to tell us what we need to know. There's going to be mistakes. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose friends. You're going to take L's. This is why I try to tell you guys, get comfortable with the loss, because that's how victory is literally built on a pile of losses. You finally know what to do based off of what you didn't do right. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be scared of it. Still take the opportunity, still take the chance, and know that because you've learned so much, at some point it's going to work. You only need to win once. That's it.
To piggyback off of the banking questions that everybody was already asking.
Letitia, you gotta comment us in the chat. For some reason, your vocals is coming up like you in a spaceship or something. So we gotta just put it in the chat and then we'll read it out for you. I'm sorry, sis. I appreciate you though for joining in.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to, this is me, Exclusive Bangles. It's showing up Shannonburg, but it's Exclusive Bangles. Okay, so I just wanted to piggyback off of what the last girl was talking about as far as the business bank account. So right now I got my my LLC, my EIN and my LLC, but I'm waiting on the state because the business I got the LLC and it's the mortuary transport service. And so I'm waiting on the state of Maryland to approve it and give me my my license, my transporter license. They approved the the business side, but I'm just waiting. The board go for the meeting on the 8th of December, and I know whether I get approved for the actual transport license. So I know with opening these business accounts, you have to have a certain amount of money in the account in order to not be charged or something like that. So that's the problem I'm having right now is all these banks are like saying that you have to have like a certain amount. So I didn't actually get started yet because I don't have my license yet. So I won't know until the 8th of December. But I do want to go out and apply for these grants, but I know y'all saying you have to have that business account. So I don't know how to probably try to go around that as far as, because I don't know as far as too many banks. I tried PNC and Bank of America. So is there any other banks that
Let me
probably
ask you
not
this: when you
like
went to
a high
those,
fee?
when you went to those, what did those say? What were their fees?
Like $25,
Well,
$50. the monthly fee for the bank account if you don't have like 1,500 in there or 500 every
Yeah,
morning.
that's they were saying it was like $25, $50. One was
Yeah.
50, one was 25.
Yeah, that's usually
Yeah,
what it be at the big
amount.
ones.
Yep.
Does Navy Federal
So is that
charge?
pretty much? So is that pretty much?
Does Navy Federal charge?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. So is that pretty much like with the banks that you guys have business accounts with? Is that pretty much like the same with the
That's
ones that you
standard.
have?
My bank account's charged. If I don't keep, I think my standard for my bank account, if I don't keep $15,000 in it every month, they're gonna charge me. I think it's like $150 or $75 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they charge. They do.
So I'm
Okay, so
seeing in the
another-
chat that Navy Federal does not charge.
Okay, I don't, because I was gonna say I don't think my Navy Federal do charge me, but the
Okay, so Navy Federal don't charge.
Navy Federal is a credit union, so that might be across the board with all credit unions. I would have to fact check that, because I know Navy Federal, you have to have a cousin, brother, sister, uncle, daddy, stepdaddy in the military in order to get them.
Yes.
And you know, if y'all need my access code, y'all can take my access code. I have a Navy Federal account. I don't care if you get my access code. You can go ahead and say I'm your cousin and get you a bank account.
Stormi, I need that.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me put it in the chat. I don't care. Say I'm your cousin. You know, I don't make no money off of giving it out. Just say I'm your cousin. I'm cuz period. The other thing is the Navy Federal in order, and Dominique, is Dominique still in the chat? She's in my CEO program. She just did her Navy Federal. She told me they told her now you have to have a personal account with them to do the business account with them. So you'll have to get the personal first, but she literally did her. Dominique, well, go ahead, speak up, girl. Speak up now. You know, you just went through the process.
Definitely did. You do have to have a personal account before you can get your business account, but it took no time to set up the personal account. You can do it over the phone, but your business account, you have to do that online.
There you go. Hold on, I'm gonna get my Navy Federal while y'all still asking y'all questions.
Okay, so another thing was, okay, so with the mortuary transport business, I don't need too much. The only thing I probably need is probably like you know, more gurneys and probably another van. But remember when I was on your live, I was telling you about how me and my daughters was doing the skincare, and we was, you know, going outside, you know, selling it. So I'm trying to get that started and up off the ground. So I don't have no EIN or LLC for that, because like I said, we was going outside doing it. So so applying for these grants, would I have to do two separate proposals, or so it would have to be two separate proposals?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
two separate proposals. Yes, ma'am.
Easy.
Okay.
Two separate proposals, two separate businesses. Mortuary and cosmetics has nothing to do with one or the other. So yeah, the IRS codes is completely different. So you will need to make sure you have those separated for sure.
Okay.
Anybody else got a question?
I have a question, Stormy. About the one loan. I think which one was it? The SB, the woman one, the one I was asking you about. Yeah, when I was, so would I go on the grant watch to find it? Remember, because you said the one I sent you was wrong.
Yeah, you wouldn't go on the grant watch for the certifications. You would go on the certified.sba.gov for the certifications, and you would need to get your SAMS.gov number.
No, I think I have that already.
So it will be certified.sba.gov that you need to go on to actually get the actual certification. The website that you sent me, I can't remember clearly. I do remember you sending it, and when I looked at it, I said, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, no, this looks like it's fake. So you want to go to certified, like usually if it's not a .gov, it ain't the gov.
Okay. So certified.sba.gov.
Don't go to other places putting in all your information. Them folks be stealing.
Please, y'all. Right. Please do not.
Okay, and then just look for the SBA. Look for the women. I forgot what
I'm about to go see if I can find the direct link.
Okay, thank you. No. Yeah, TT.
I have another quick question. Can you explain again what that SAMS.gov is again? Like a
So
little
yeah. So SAMS.gov is the portal that helps you get paid for any federal contracts or any federal grants. So you register with SAMS.gov as a new entity. You go in, literally put in all your information, like your first and last name, your business name, your EIN, your DUNS number. You got to have your DUNS number before you get before you do your SAMS registration. And then you enter like your tax information, EIN, and all that good stuff, and attach your business bank account. They'll ask you for your routing number and account number. And you can literally have that completed. Well, I'm sorry, that can be approved within 5 to 7 business days. And so that acts as the portal that gets you paid. That's how they process their payments, the federal government.
Miss Phelps, you yawning? You tired?
It's the baby.
She says the baby.
You here though. You here though.
I'm here and I'm ready for that CEO class.
Period.
Question.
Letitia, you got to get a chat.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
It's something with your mic, Letitia. I'm sorry, sis.
I have a question.
Let Letitia type it in the chat. We're gonna wait for you, sis. It's something with your mic is sounding very chopped up. I already did. Okay, let me go find it. I'm gonna look through all of these comments and go look for it. Okay, here we go. I found it, Letitia. Letitia said, I also wanted to ask about a business bank account. I was frauded by a car dealership in 2020, which put my check systems. So I haven't been able to open a business bank account. I had one with Oslo, but they closed down this year. I also am banking. I have a banking resolution with Zen Business, but I don't know how to use it. I haven't made much revenue, so I'm just a bit stuck on how to do this. Is there anything that I can do to get this account? Now I got to read it to myself because I don't comprehend reading out loud. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, the check system is sheesh. Honestly, if you were frauded, you should be filing a identity theft. If it was an identity theft or some kind of fraudulent, you should be filing a police report. If you were frauded, you should be filing a police report. I would send that police report into the banks and open up a claim with whatever bank it was. Let them know this was not you. I filed a police report. This is not real. Whatever they did with my information was not factual, was not actual. Because they only put you in that check system because you didn't come tell them nothing. They just thought it was you. So go be about your business, file a police report in whatever state that you were frauded in, mention that it was that car dealership that did it. And then go try to get yourself out that check system because yeah, it's true. Once you guys do any kind of fraudulent or fake fraudulent activity, it's hard to open bank accounts with big banks. That's true. So what I would tell you to do is definitely go file a police report. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give you legal advice, but I've had people that have had this happen. Maybe it's identity fraud and people, run up money in their name on their accounts. You should go file a police report. That's my personal opinion, but I can't give you no advice. Look, I'm just telling you what I think you should do. Let's keep going. Okay, anybody else got any questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead, love.
How long, as far as a business account, how long would you necessarily have to have one open to be approved for any type of assistance?
It depends on the grant.
Yep.
So once you go on the database, you'll see what the grant requirements are. If they say that you need to have 12 months of bank statements, 6 months, or no months because it's a new business, there's no actual specific need. It's literally once y'all go on that grant database, you will see everything that grantor needs from you. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have one last question, I think. What was that that last thing that you just posted in the chat, that WOSB certification? What was that?
That's the women-owned small business certification. That's the direct link. As soon as you click that link, you'll be at the page where it says register, and you can go through that process. And that's an official government website that you can use that won't be no fraud or charging you or doing all kind of crazy stuff. Now, these certifications some of these certifications do have memberships. So you will have to purchase a membership. And that's why Kiera mentioned that if you look up in your state nonprofits that are doing certifications, you can find nonprofits that will get you certified for free in your area, but that will be a Google search. You know what I'm saying? You will have to go through and search that specifically for yourself. We don't have the direct link to that because everybody's state will be different. It'll be different nonprofits, but there are companies available, for-profit and nonprofit businesses that will get you certified, not for $2,300, but for free or for a small fee. People that's charging you $1,000 an extra is probably cap.
Okay,
they might get it, but they running it up.
Okay, yeah, that all right. That's pretty much what I just wanted to make sure that was the same thing where she told me to look up my local, since I'm still very new too. So okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay, Kiara, you write grants, right?
I do.
Okay, so how much you charge for grant writing?
So are you talking about a federal grant or for, what are we talking? Federal, commercial, what are you thinking?
All of them.
Before you answer that, let me say this, right? Let me say this. So because you guys really showed up tonight and because you guys really came ready to work and ready to get the information, me and Kiera have discussed while we was in this class and a little bit before that we want to open up a 2-day mastermind, right? So what the mastermind is going to be is we're going to allow you guys to write your grant proposal, write your your executive summary, your cover sheet, and to be able to have it read by us, to have us proofread it, have us go through what you've written so that we can help you identify the problems that you have, identify what you need to add to it, identify where you need to go specifically to find a grant for your business. Is going to be a more in-depth process. This was a generalization, but that'll be directly for every person that joins. It's going to be for 2 days, which the dates are going to be December 1st and December 2nd. That class will be held the same, similar as this, as a Zoom class. And we're only allowing 20 people to join that mastermind from this webinar here. That I'll post the link so you guys can sign up, and whoever gets in first, that's just who gets in first. But that's a way that you can, I'll be honest with you, nobody can write a grant better than you can write for yourself. Saying that as nobody knows your business better than you know your business. So writing your own grant not only gives you the confidence in being able to do it beyond what somebody else does for you, but also allows you the power to be able to apply for as many grants as you want. You're going to have to pay Kiera, not saying that you shouldn't pay Kiera, but you're going to pay Kiera per grant that she write for you. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes do the work for your business. And then if you hitting a roadblock, pay somebody to have it done for you. So that's why we're creating this 2-day mastermind where you guys can be able to come in, have your grants written. It's 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks, you should have your grant summary written. You should be able to find some grants that you feel like is good. And we'll more so walk you through the process for you personally. We'll do 10 people each day. That way we can really walk through the process with you guys, and we're going to allow 20 people to come into the class. So I'm going to send the link into the chat so you guys can go register for that. The first 20 people, that's it. I know for this grant class, I opened up tickets a lot of times, but for this one, I can't, just based on how much energy is going to have to go into even doing, 10 people. So it's literally 20 people, and that's it, that we're going to let come into that one. And that's in 2 weeks. So don't enter the class if you know you're not going to do the work. If you know for a fact you ain't going to write your grants and you're not serious about going out for grants and you just kind of want to be in the information room to get the information, if you know you're going to write your grant tomorrow, you're going to write your cover letter, and you need professionals to read it over for you, you need people to really go through it with you, you need peers to look over your stuff and really make sure that you're writing the right grant to win $2.5 million. Come on now. Amen, somebody. And if you're in here and you're in my CEO program, my CEO program students are already in this. So they're in, you get this regardless, because this is what we do. We do this, period. My CEO program students, they get anything Pink Print does, they get what Pink Print do. So they already registered in the mastermind. So the link is down there for anybody who wants to go ahead and join the 2-day mastermind. Once the tickets sell out, the tickets are sold out. Do we have any more questions on the table?
One quick question. So I have had multiple businesses and used multiple EIN numbers. Is there a way to find out if any of them are in check systems, and how so?
Are you not getting approved for business bank accounts?
No, it's just that I went through a messy divorce in several businesses that I had with the husband. So I just want to know what he touched and what he didn't touch.
Got you. Stormi, do you know anything about that?
So let me just reiterate the question to make sure I understand exactly what you're asking me. You're saying you want to be able to look up what all information is on your business profile?
Yes, under other EIN numbers within my entity.
So you have a EIN number for your business, and you guys did DBA names?
We had two businesses together, and I had one separate, but he had access to all of them. Although all of the businesses are not operable right now, I know I should be able to reach back and grab one of mine because they're attached to my name as well. You know what I mean? But I want to know, you know what I mean, if it's safe. I don't know what he used, because when, after the divorce, I started finding bills that was popping up like, you got an uncle in North Carolina. Never knew I had an uncle in North Carolina. You know what I mean? Like, weird stuff.
Were they LLCs?
Yes, one was an LLC and the other ones were just 2 tax ID numbers.
So for the LLCs, in order to look back to see, like, you can remove him as an owner. LLCs is membership based, so you can remove a member off of an LLC. Okay. That's just filing the paperwork with your Secretary of State to remove a member. Once a member is removed, then they're not a member of the LLC. On top of that, with the EIN numbers, I can't say that I'm sure about that. And I don't want to give you information that is inaccurate. I can't say that I'm sure about that. The only way that I know how to look at my personal business to see all my personal business information is through my Dun & Bradstreet account, through my NAV account, to be able to see everything that's reported through my business. So if you guys never had any of that stuff set up, I can't imagine where it will be data on that.
Okay. I know for sure.
And to be completely honest, what would he really be able to do with your LLC?
Listen, that man was born crooked. Okay, he came in upside down.
It's stuff that you just can't do without certain things. Like, if you guys don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain stuff you just can't.
I've seen him work wonders. Listen, when I went down to file for my divorce, I found out I had already signed for it. I didn't, but hey.
Look,
oh wow,
I'm not gonna say I don't know.
Like, I walked in with my paperwork, like, I'm filing for a divorce, handed them my ID. They said, ma'am, you already signed. I said, what do you mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So his mind, I'm really just trying to think ahead of the game, because I know
I get what you're saying. You're trying to be 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
all. You know,
For me, if you're worried about it like that and you feel like you did business with somebody who's crooked, don't even be involved in that at all.
so just go grab another one.
Yeah,
That's what I would
that
say.
stuff is free. Like, don't
Get a
even
brand
have
new
to
one.
worry about it. Do something on the up and up with your own business. Don't even worry
Okay.
about no BS. Like, you don't, when you're building a business, you're building a business for long term. You don't want him to have any type of ownership to where you go and make $1 million and now he want to come back and say he owned 50%. Just cut him out
Almost
the deal
said so.
completely.
Because I could see it being a situation, even you guys are being divorced, he could say, well, this EIN was established while we were
married.
While we were married. Yeah.
Do your own
yeah.
thing.
And see, that's why I was asking, because I'm just trying to be a couple steps ahead. The only reason why I really wanted to try to tackle one of them, mainly the LLC, was because it would have been greatly seasoned.
Okay.
You could build business credit in 90 days. That stuff don't take long. By February, March, you could be good to go, ready to go again. It's better to start new than be trying to drag along some old dirt. Let that man do his crooked shit on his own while you going and getting rich on your time. Period. Bye, bye, sir.
Bye,
sir. Anybody got any other questions? I see y'all on Instagram, so I love that y'all getting y'all IG stories, letting people know the price is raised. If y'all don't have no more questions, that's it for me.
Well, this was awesome. This was awesome.
Hey, Stormi.
Hey, Brenda. So you guys definitely thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is not possible without you guys. Like, I really want you to understand this is not possible without you guys. Like, I am not I'm not this is not me. This is us. Like, this is us full on, full force. I hope that you guys connected with every single woman in this room. And if you weren't able to, go back and look at the chat because it's on the screen. So it will be in the recording, and follow each other, support each other, share each other's stuff, like each other's stuff, pump each other up. Like, I found a lot of people through webinars, and I've made money with people through webinars. So this is definitely an opportunity for everybody. On top of that, do not forget that the mastermind, the 2-day mastermind is up. The link is in this chat. So if you guys still want a moment to go back and grab that, it's in this chat. And I can't tell you how valuable that is, just to be able to get that information and get your grant proofread and understood, and make sure that you're making the right putting the right words on there. And then, just keep doing great things. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Instagram. I don't know if I'm following everybody. Everybody didn't put their Instagram name in the chat, so I don't even know if I can follow everybody, but I definitely want to support everybody. If your business page is on private, open it up. They will try to look at your social proof. So open up your business pages, you guys. Take them off private and put a few things up there, and make sure that you guys are networking with each other. This is a group of a bunch of women that's about to write a grant. You guys can give each other your numbers and proofread each other's grants. Like, this is a community of people that you guys can use and fall back on. Do not take this stuff lightly just because you don't know each other now. You could get to know folks. So I look forward to seeing you guys on December 1st and December 2nd for the grant mastermind. So you guys can get the proofreads, and you guys can make sure that you're writing the right stuff. It looks like there's only 7 seats available left for the grant mastermind. So if you haven't gotten your grant mastermind ticket, you might want to go ahead and do that, because you know what I'm saying, people is getting their spots. But anyhow, y'all done thugged it out. With your girl.
Yes, it has been a wonderful experience. Thank you, Stormi, for having me join. I can't wait for our masterclass in 2 weeks, and we can get down to the nitty gritty. Sue said, is asking who has a trucking company. What's your IG? She's okay. I think she's trying to send it to everybody, but she sent it to me. Says, does anybody else have a trucking company?
Y'all gotta clap for yourselves. Can we give a round of applause?
Yes, y'all give yourself a round of applause.
Look. Seduction lingerie, like, round of applause. Make sure you guys tap in with me on live. I love when you guys come on my lives. I get to know you guys personally when you come on my lives. Like we really get on live and chat. Anybody that's been on my live, y'all can unmute y'all mic. Y'all know we be on there talking.
And if I was not getting over this migraine, Stormi know.
You got a migraine. That's why I said, because I said to him again, I said, my girl is not all. So usually my girl be high.
Yes. I'm floating now. I didn't take my meds, so I'm kind of floaty right now. But
look, no worries. Look. And that's what it be taking. We do it high, we do it low.
No. That's why it's dark in here.
Look, do what you gotta do, sis. But yeah, so this will this was recorded. So as soon as the recording downloads to my computer, I will send it to everybody. Clearly everybody made the class, so I will definitely send it to you guys in email along with all of the supporting documents, my login information to thegrantwatch.com. I'll send you guys the grant cover sheet, the grant summary sheet, and my PowerPoint for tonight, just in case you need to follow along. So all that will be sent to you guys in
you know I'm gonna text you.
Look, y'all gotta get out the habit of texting me. Y'all gotta I'm not gonna lie, y'all gotta get out the habit of texting my phone. Y'all gotta get out the habit of that, because the thing about it is, okay, so I got two phones, right? This is Pink Print phone, and this is Stormi Banks phone. In the beginning, listen, I'm not gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. In the beginning, when I was doing consultation calls, I made a mistake of calling people on consultation calls off my personal phone line. And I didn't think to just do it off of like Zoom or different things, because now I have a lot of clients who call my personal phone for like, different things. And it's not fair to me to constantly be giving out information to certain people and then having certain people pay for a consultation or pay for the courses or have to wait till to come to class. So I want to make sure it's fair for everybody. I offer classes all the time at $25. It's nothing expensive. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Like, I have to start making it fair for everybody that gets information from me. So unless you're in my like CEO program, you don't have like Neek has my personal phone line, Bree has my personal phone line. They can contact me because they're in my program. But people that's not in the programs and people that's not in the in the classes, I got to get out the habit of texting my phone. I'm gonna start not answering. I'm not gonna lie, that's coming up. I got to start not answering, not for the fact that I want to be mean, but for the fact I want to be fair, that people that are actually paying to have access to information 24/7. And it's just, I just don't see the fairness in it. I don't see it personally. And if I was to tell them like, oh yeah, somebody's getting the same thing that you getting, but you're paying for it, I don't think that they would take kindly to that either. So that's just a business thing. That's nothing personal. Brenda, I love you down. You already did your work. You're doing your work constantly. I love you down, but I do have to be fair to everybody that's, getting service from me. So just know that it is coming. If you don't see me respond, please don't be upset with me. But that is coming 2022. I got to change up my systems too, just to be a better, leader, a better CEO for everybody in the future as well. But other than that, thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all did y'all thing.
Thank you.